right.
Huh?
Oh boy. So, you setting up stuff, Rog, or not Rog, Eric's, or
We're
the
live for a while now. I'm just waiting
yeah. What are we waiting on?
until the people realize that we're live.
Ah, we're live. Oh, hey guys, we're live. Did you know that? Rog was saying,
Rog,
Oh,
imme-
"Oh,
no.
on stream."
Rog immediately banished himself to the Shadow Realm.
Where he belongs.
Unironically.
Hmm.
Wait. Where the? Oh, I thought for a second that my phone was in my car, which is like 3 minutes walk in a slipper outside fucking environment. Ugh.
Oh, luckily
Eh.
not.
Mm-mm.
Thank goodness not.
So,
I would not want to be outside.
session 14. Welcome, everybody.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. Remember, right? We were sleeping.
No.
Sleeping.
No. I mean, here's the thing. The question: are you just ready to get down at it? Because usually, you have some banner between each other. The usual racist remarks between
Oh yeah, no,
Borum.
actually, yeah, no, we are in. Actually, I believe I am in the same room as Vorm. That's correct because sleeping alone has not provided us with any comforts as of late. Given that our party has only shrunk since Surge.
Hey, where's the killer bee? You're not gonna be here.
No, she has stuff to do this week with her work, so no, she's not. It's gonna be.
Okay, well,
It would be hilarious if she just never shows up ever again.
Right.
oh,
Just flew off in the night. Yeah.
well, I mean, she is invisible, so we could have very well. I mean, after the first event,
She's
she was
here
doing
the whole
something, maybe
time.
she
Just doesn't say or do anything. He's hovering in the background.
Ah,
like you just hear.
Just
Actually, that does, okay. Yeah, I believe Jen, Julie, and Annie B are in the same room, and then Harry and Vorm are at the.
oh
other
no,
room.
I'll give you all a recap. I'm just saying if you got anything out of character to say to each other.
Okay, don't kill me. Yeah, points at invisible guy in the corner of the room.
the stream shouldn't be quiet. You should raise your own volume because
All right, Vorm, you know the story. We are not to tell anyone that we are in fact sleeping together.
you
Well, you went to your own fancy hotel, didn't you?
yeah.
Hotel, yeah.
You are sleeping on your own. Ironic.
ironic.
Ironic. Speaking of which, actually, yeah. Question: how big is the room at
Huh?
me and Vorm are in?
Before we start,
Okay.
because we haven't started yet. So, question: is everybody ready then? Because everybody's like,
No. Yes.
Yeah.
What? One second. Now I'm ready.
yeah. That sounded more ominous than awkward.
Well, that's just because you heard it correctly. Oh, Julie.
Right.
Julie should never be trusted at night.
So, with that being said and done, since everybody's present and ready, and nobody's missing anywhere from action, let's begin with session 14 then. So, to give a recap of the last time, you got the plans and you ventured into the shafts below the city, below the streets of Red Pike, and eventually found yourself by a giant hole. And Terry, your speakers, I can hear them echo.
Lovely. Of all times for it to pick up.
Yeah.
I will be back as this restarts. I know what happened.
Yeah.
All right. Right back.
But yeah, you found a giant hole with the new companion Calliope Poland that ventured to the very bottom of it, about a mile and a half deep. She realized below, like at the very bottom, there's a hole that leads probably to the Underdark, and the entrance is guarded by 3 extremely large, if not ancient, dragons, which made her immediately go back up. And while you were basically planning what the fuck to do, opportunity arose itself as the Kenku you were looking for actually started to make up from its hideout in the hole upwards. And you dispatched it quickly with a single hit, no less. And let's just say some interrogations were made by Terry Spells, which he comprehended that the whole.
Technically, they didn't know about that. Technically speaking, all they know is I went into his head.
I know.
They knew I got information. They just don't
Yes.
know how exactly.
Let me finish. Anyway, but yeah, basically executing the Kenku in the process, and basically being in a bit of a tight spot because the hole that you basically made your entrance to was guarded by guards. So Warren and Terry were going into the diplomatic approach. Julie, Gannon, Calliope went sneak-wise, as they used their own individual nicks and knacks from presentation for sound to, of course, invisibility, plain and simple. And all of you scattered and made your way back to the tavern to begin this 4-session long day. And Warren, Terry, you had one interesting little chat with Sergeant Lumpo about the goings about the investigation, and he asked quite a bit of tough questions, like, where do you belong? Where are you assigned? General questions every single mercenary just would know off the top of its head, but you don't know because you're no mercenaries, at least legal kind.
Yes.
But yeah, with that being said and done, it is evening. It is late. And all of you decided to go to bed. So, unless you got anything else you want to do before you go to bed, say now. Say now.
Oh yeah, okay. So, question: how big is the room in Vorman?
About 25 by 25 feet.
All right. And I'm guessing there's only one bed.
Two. Actually, just the room that you got has 3 beds. But let's just say.
All right, so I guess I'll get on one, but I'm gonna have the Griffin get on the other.
What? Excuse me, what?
I mean, Griffins are massive, but like, yeah, I feel like it could fit on a bed.
Oh, just remind yourself as well that weight is an issue.
Fair enough. Okay, can you sit in the center space between all the beds? Like,
Yeah, Griffin is the central kind of separation line. There you go.
Here's the
Yeah, there you
thing.
go.
If you try to get the Griffin inside, you basically get denied by the innkeeper.
Okay, can I summon the Griffin inside the room? after the
Inside.
Yes.
Smuggle the Griffin into the room.
Yes. Well, honestly, I want. Okay, no. In reality,
I know this is not how we're doing it, but I have an image of like the Griffin trying to squeeze through the window. Having like its front half inside the room, the other half like just dangling from like the second floor.
Hey, we should be low key at
in
this.
reality,
We're
have him
convicts.
chilling out I'll have him chilling out either like towards the front or like on the roof or wherever is not a terrible idea.
Yeah,
And,
there's not any
watch.
equivalent of stables, but there's like a place you can tie your horses or mounts to basically keep them next to the tavern, and you basically just park your Griffin there, just to chill.
I don't need to tie him down since loyal bird. Okay,
Yes,
but,
yes.
I'll have him watch. Watch.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Alright.
Anything in this evening before retiring? Any ideas?
Just to be on the safe side, I'm also casting Lehman's tiny hut over the bed.
Actually, speaking of the window, what does it have a lock on it?
Actually, it's not even an openable window. It's basically like your basic.
All right, so it's actually just glass set into the wall.
Well, I mean, it's more like
Okay.
a cross wooden part, like
Okay.
horizontal, vertically
Gotcha.
into 4 panels of glass. Yeah.
And what about the actual door, like the main door?
The main door has looks quite sturdy. Has like just mainly wooden with some metallic reinforcements, and of course a simple key lock. And you have the key, of course.
Okay. All right.
So,
For once in my life, I don't have a bell in my inventory.
Oh boy. Yeah. Question: does our window open? Well,
No.
I'm pretty sure the other one did.
no, you broke into
Trying to make the room
previous-
cat-proof.
A cat-proof in. I mean, you don't see any
Can I
mice.
How is it broken? Like, wait.
No,
oh,
no.
Wait, this isn't the room.
No,
that-
no. Like you said, why did you got into the orcs? You broke the orcs
The
window.
blood splatters of the separation. You can be on that side.
Oh no. Alright.
Alright, well, as long as the room is not obviously accessible to shape-shifting cats,
No,
then I am happy, or at least as happy as I'm gonna get.
There's no holes or cracks that a critter would just slip in unnoticed, especially the size of a cat.
Alright. Feel a bit more comfortable now. Slept time.
Okay, so
If I wake up dead again. I'm just...
again, you got anything else you want to do or nothing?
I have a dead body in a bag.
Set it on fire? Inside the bag?
Oh, you never got rid of that, did you?
I didn't. It switched to YouTube.
Yeah, you do have a dead
I
body
do.
of a kangaroo.
Again, we've been carrying around the dead body of a werewolf for like the past few days, just
Yes, but like...
with another body, shove it in the bag.
But that's a weird thing. This is someone who can be found. I need to do something with this.
Well, it's about 10ish 11 p.m. in the evening. So
It depends. Has my invisibility worn off yet?
at this moment not. Well, depends on where you're traveling, because if you're just trying to get rid of the body, I would say no. Like,
Yeah. All right.
I mean, you are in the
Gonna
sewer.
look.
You are in the sewers. The sewers are available to you.
I want to find like an alleyway to just kind of dump this.
Roll me a perception check.
This might be bad, but you know.
Hey.
Let's see.
Oh boy.
Someone's gonna find this one.
Again.
Yeah.
Panic,
Sounds kinda great when you-
panicking like an amateur, like you haven't did like you had never seen or know how to hit a body. You immediately scout out the vicinities, and you realize there's like the alleyways are empty. They don't have much in them besides the regular garbage stuff that is disposable, but nobody really cares of. And with that higher enough roll, you can be certain wherever you travel to this random alleyway, somewhere maybe a good solid 10 minutes away from the scene of the crime or the entrance to the sewers, no God, no authorities in your vicinity.
Okay. I
Nat
want,
20 on hiding a body.
I want to hide this. I want to get rid of this body in an alley. In the alley, with the legs, the separate legs.
The werewolf
Like,
legs.
should I keep? And if there's like garbage and stuff around, I kind of want to throw it over the body.
There's a lot of garbage from like broken furniture to used cloths to just shit. You dispose of it. I would say you don't even need to roll. You literally just fucking it's just a bird. You just kind of shove it in and just kind of kick the bunch of stuff on top of it.
And Nat 20 on the stupid check.
And then I will, I will sneak off and
A 33, like.
I-
Jen, have you done this before?
I
You're really good at it.
mean, I am a bounty hunter, so I know some things.
I didn't think you knew it that well.
And I will make my way back to Julie's room before my invisibility wears off.
I mean, here's the thing. Are you gonna go through the door or are you gonna go through the window?
I'm imagining the window. Do those windows open? I should ask first. Do they look like they open?
Those windows are open, but let's just say Julie at this point has the tiny hut set up. If I remember correctly, you can only allow people in them if you, right? It's not like everybody can go in, right? Julie?
Yeah, I have to give them permission to.
So would you be given permission just from the fact that he might potentially show up?
Yeah, I'd let them in.
Okay. So, again, you stumble upon the tiny hut, and you get transported in a nice, comfortable room, and you see Julie just, I guess, still awake.
Yeah, I'm admiring my new purchases.
I just come in and just slump down. I didn't mean for him to die.
It's not your fault. It's that fucking dwarf.
Vorum sneezes.
I'm just gonna just nod to that and just sit there and like gets ready to meditate.
Everything will be okay, love, and I'll start stroking his hair.
We killed the dense king. Oh my god, she doesn't even know.
Actually, wait, no, you're in a tiny hut. You're fine.
No. They're gonna find that body in an alleyway full of garbage.
I mean, if they get a nat 20, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Eventually.
I don't even think they could find it with a nat 20.
Yeah, like it'll be a moment of like nat 20 exit for a total of.
Maybe, possibly. I mean, I hit it pretty well. And by hit it, I mean I just threw garbage on top of it.
Yeah. So, with that being said and done, night comes to all of you eventually. Either smoothly and without any second thought to someone with very, very guilty conscience.
I mean, not that guilty. He still worked for the people that's trying to kill us. So
Only small amounts of guilt, you know.
just a small amount of taking a brother from his sister. You know?
Just a small amount.
So,
You know how it goes.
as everybody takes a rest, I would like Warren Terry to roll me a perception check.
Does my bird get to roll perception, Checo?
No, it's up to you two.
Gosh darn it, I had him watch for nothing.
Hey,
Yep.
hey.
No, you don't need sleep. It's not a living creature, despite its looks. It's a celestial, so don't breathe like this. Alright, let's go.
That just means whatever it
Okay,
is
so
is
I'm very
already
much
inside.
tired and sleeping.
Oh my god.
What?
You're literally just like, good night, dunk.
Damn.
Just
Yeah,
This
you
is
literally,
perfectly considering how he's acting before bed.
yeah, you literally are just not unconscious and just sleeping. Warren,
If I die again,
nah, warm. You just like it's warm, and you start to hear just subconsciously that a rain begins to fall, and it's only just a lightning hits from somewhere above, and kind of that thunderstruck just kind of wakes you up slightly, and you just kind of see the dark room. There's nothing, and you kind of like look around for a moment as you like surmise that you're still in the bed, you're still alive. You see Terry just fucking snoring aloud like a casual snub he is. You look over the window, you see a cat with two gleaming orange eyes staring at.
Looking through the window.
Yeah.
So I can it see me looking at it? So it kind of locked eyes, me and the cat.
Yeah. The as soon as you pay attention to the cat, and immediately the cat looks at you, and it starts like rubbing itself against the window.
I'm going to like very casually, very calmly, very slowly stand up out of the bed.
Uh-huh.
And say plants, please.
Take like one step towards the window. Any reaction?
No, it just basically like, how to say this? It's very unsettling because like the cats usually fucking dislike water or getting rain on. It's fucking pouring outside. It's drenched, and you just see against the windowsill just kind of like to the point that you feel like sensations of purring through the vibrating through the glass. But it's not.
Okay.
Not my snoring vibrating glass at this point. Or...
So yeah. So I like. If there's no reaction, I like take another step, and then another step. If there's any reaction, let me know.
Nope.
Until I'm like stood in front of the window.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still looking at the cat.
Mm-hmm.
I am then
Shove the
going
window
to.
open.
Like, how big is this window?
It's maybe like
Especially in like relation to my height as a dwarf.
Okay, so it's maybe 2 foot, like 2 by 2 foot wide, like diameter, and you're basically like, if you like really wanna get the whole, like you have the whole window in your vicinity, like it's basically from your belly to your head, essentially.
Okay. Oh yeah. Last question: is this the cat that we've seen before?
Yes.
Or is this a different cat?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have gotten very close to the window now, to the extent that, like, I'm right in front of it, and with my hands down by my sides, I imagine they can't see them.
Mm-hmm.
In my right hand will be the sword, because I am naturally the person who sleeps with like the weapon under his pillow, and I picked it up, so it's in my hand. What I want to do is I want to just very calmly like take the weapon, press it, and get to the glass directly opposite the cat.
Mm-hmm.
and then I want to ignite the blade so it'll cut through and try and kill the cat. So very calm.
You see, you just fucking see the cat immediately takes notice, and it like kind of, and it's like, okay, before you say, like, the action of like you getting the blade and sticking out, it acknowledges the blade and it tries to like nudge against the blade's hilt. Are you gonna still ignite it?
This is the cat we've seen before.
Yes.
Of course, it's the cat, right? Like you kill an animal.
Wait,
it's not great.
like if I'm not there.
Yeah, I've done this quite quietly. Has Terry stirred at all?
No, you just fucking passed out.
Sure. Vorum is quite paranoid at this point in time. So yeah,
So
let's
there's
ignite it.
there's not even like a flash of reaction as soon as you like press the button. The exact piece and measurements of the glass that is against your hilt just immediately just melts away and becomes just a steaming pile of red. It's like a few inches, and the cat immediately just dissipates into bluish hue. And yeah, now we just see the blade is like through the glass and just like has this very nice like window that it's made out of molten glass. So
Nice.
if you extract the blade, well, not extract, but like disable the blade, there's now just a tiny little hole in the window.
Look, we
Yeah, I'm gonna like
Yeah.
take turn off the blade, kind of just look around the window, and if there is no cat, I'm gonna go sit back on my bed. I'm not gonna go to sleep, but I am now like hugging my my legs.
Roll me
on top of the
persuasion
bed.
check.
Persuasion.
No, perception. I'm sorry, I still messed
Oh.
up.
But the real question then is, or
Oh,
is
shit,
mine
wait,
that one
where
just
did
kind
it
of
up
put me
there?
out
Hang on.
completely? Am I out of this game? I'm solo.
1d20.
If we're on once, he can wake you
Yeah,
up,
very
but
bad.
he's just asleep. You're just dead asleep.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Very bad.
It's raining, it's pouring, the wind is blowing.
I got the cat. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, don't worry.
Are you just gonna just like are you just gonna just watch the wind?
Yeah, I'm literally like on top of the bed with like part of the cover like over me, just knees against my chin,
Okay.
just staring at the window.
Now a quick
And
question.
kind of, I guess, the other side of the room.
Now a quick question. Are you gonna actually do this the rest of the night, or are you gonna eventually just
Yes, 100% yes.
roll me perception?
Again, oh god.
And the griffin just blind to all of this.
An hour passes. The rain has stopped for the most part, but there's still a drizzle. There's still wet, and the cold, moist air from the outside goes inside your room as you suddenly just hear a clang above you, like somebody heavy just dropped on the roof above you. And immediately you just hear, and you literally just hear a whoosh, and meow, as you hear,
Oh my
as
God.
Oh god.
as you hear,
Killed my bird.
as you hear, the meowing slowly starts to descend from above and back on the window. And now you see the hole that it's been made by you. There's like a tiny little paw that's like trying to get in, and then it just like let's just say like a very curious cat observing a new interesting item, just like
Give it a dwarf or an insult.
Mm.
Call it like an ugly rock or something.
um. Okay, now I'm kind of realizing I might be outnumbered. I am going to. What have I got in my bag? Hang on. I'm going to, because I'm not getting off the thing. I'm going to pick out the solid metal lock from my bag, which is at like the seat of my bed,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just going to throw it across the room at
Wait.
the other bed.
To wake up Terry?
Yeah. Because Vorm's not getting off the bed. He's paranoid there's cats under the bed.
Did you throw something at me?
I'm just throwing a solid metal lock at you.
So
Okay,
Terry,
okay,
you just
Please
suddenly,
wake me up, though.
yeah, you just suddenly feel a sudden cold metal just against your fucking face, just fucking, it's like somebody just fucking hit you.
Yeah, was it a good throw?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah, that's the cabbage. What?
You just like look up, see me on the other end
Yeah.
of the
You-
room.
Yeah, you look around, Terry. You see a cat just like meow meow, like opposite side of the window, just like trying to get in.
Are you scared of cats?
I just like I look at you. Are you not?
Text good and evil. Let's see what this.
There's no sense of nothing.
You're in front of me. Before I show you dinner place. You could tell he went half awake. He's not quite acknowledging the situation at all.
The cats.
But what about
They
the cat?
wanted his blood and now they want ours.
Okay, so what's the telepathic link status with my bird boy? Is he dead? Or
He's alive. He's like observant. There's nothing odd that has happened in his vicinity.
and can I have him walk up and like go over to the window, kind of like flap his like fly in front of the window?
Mm-hmm. You all hear just the sound of a griffin just kind of stand up and just walk up. It just starts caw, and you see the cat is like not phased by it. The cat is not moving from the windowsill. Still.
Can the bird see the cat?
Yes, it can. But also,
I'm just gonna
what
ask
before you say anything, above the window, on the roof, there's a green hooded individual that just kind of squatting like maybe 4 feet next to the drop off point, and like 4 feet below is your window as it kind of observes, and now observes the griffin.
Alright. Question: how long was I asleep?
Yeah, how long was I kind of just huddled on the bed for?
Well, first of all, you were asleep for 7 hours, and Warham, you've been asleep for 6 hours.
Okay.
Good. I'm actually glad I got that much. That's surprising amount. So that said, then I've had my long rest then, right?
No, it's 8
Prior
hours.
to this, it was basically light activity. Which, remember, long rests aren't actually sleeping; it's light activity.
Okay, fine.
Alright, so question. Okay, so I'm looking through my griffin's eyes right now.
Yeah.
That means he's within my sight. So, if that's the case, let's see. What spell would be right for this situation?
I hear the cat's call the desire for flesh. Oh no.
Yeah, no, you can. Alright, well, I guess we'll do detect thoughts. We'll start this off very simple.
Warren is just like he's totally still. He's just looking like between the door and the window, waiting for like the latch to slowly turn on.
Well, the cat has very simple,
Well, no,
basic thoughts. Yes, I know, but like the cat has very simple thoughts, but they're unnatural to any normal critter because it desperately wants to go inside your room and cuddle with you. As above, you detect an individual, but air like like disturbingly enough, or just like creepingly enough. Whatever you try, like it does not have any thought or emotion in its mind. It's like a massive pot that is empty, just staring into the abyss.
Understandable. Okay, okay. Alright, well, best way to start this off is a non-lethal spell that can turn lethal very quickly. I'm gonna cast, I believe, some good old X on him.
Okay, what's the hex?
Hex will be, if I remember, disability on the checks. So
No, what do
we're
I
gonna
need?
do
What do I need to roll to fail or succeed?
Alright, so let's see the connecting. Save. Sorry, looking for that. Where are you? I'm sorry, it's not on my tips for some reason, so I'm gonna grab.
It's not it's a spell. If he can choose one of your abilities to give you disadvantage on, and it does a d6 of extra damage if he attacks.
Yeah, but like, there's I'm wondering if it's 2 hit or is it like
Yeah.
or a check? So you place a creature within a range of 10.
The
No, there's
disadvantage
no
on the
saves.
ability.
No, it just
I
no.
think
There's
it's
no save
happened.
to it. You just take it.
Okay. So you see the
Yeah.
thing is now hexed, but it does not flinch, it does not move. It has
Alright,
like
understandable.
uh-huh.
All right. So I'm taking this slowly because now I'm kind of paranoid myself. But well,
Can
What
are the
ability?
boy,
Go
if you
ahead.
shoot me some ideas, I'm quite literally across the room.
I was gonna ask: are the cat calls coming just from outside, or are they coming from kind of
No,
inside the building as well?
they're just from outside the window, from the singular cat on this on.
I think then Vorum is gonna like get up off the bed very slowly and like back towards the door, still looking at the window.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna press my ear against the door. Is there any sounds from the hallway?
Rolling a perception check.
Oh god damn it!
I believe in you.
I
This is just
can
all like a really screwed up dream.
uh
Very average.
Very average.
you hear nothing.
Too loud than the rain.
You can hear nothing.
like-
So it
He,
could,
he looks over at Warm. Should I kill him?
Vorum just kind of like twitches almost as you speak. He kind of looks over at you, and he's like, "We might be surrounded."
Well, I don't detect any naturally evil creatures here, so either, how tall is that green figure?
squatting down, you don't really know how tall it is, but you assume it's at least 5, maybe maybe at least 5 foot tall. And
Actually,
it's a slender.
question?
Hmm?
Are familiars affected by are the a familiar affected by its master's brain totally failing alignment?
No.
So you could have neutral cats but be very evil.
Exactly.
Understandable. So,
Vorm's just gonna like open the door and like peek into the corridor.
Oh no.
You peek into the corridor. You see at least the two guards that you saw yesterday that were basically guarding the thing. One is guarding the room just with a chair. The other is just kind of asleep with a drink in his hand below on the table. And you see the barkeep, same from like a different barkeep, but the one that you saw at the very beginning when you came here is now like just running the place. There's like no one there. Everything is quiet. There's like not slow, but like campfire burning.
Is the can I see like the front door from here? Or
Yeah,
not?
yeah, you can.
Like the entrance to the building?
Yeah.
Is it open or closed?
It's closed.
All right, I will slowly retract my head from the hallway and back into the room. I kind of look and I'm like, doesn't look too bad.
Alright, well.
I don't suppose Julie mentioned mass cat migrations, did he? Did they?
He looks
Sorry.
over at him and telepathically says, "We don't know or Julie, remember."
I kind of just I nod very slowly and like, yes, good point.
You just hear the cow starts to like playfully meow and just kind of purr.
Alright, well. As much as I don't trust hooded figures on roofs, he hasn't made an attack. I can't justify murder quite yet. I mean, self-defense, of course, in this situation. But
I really like for the first
it
time
really
actually
came
go over the
down to
window and
it.
look at the guy.
question, is this cat actually a cat?
Well, it looked like a cat. It just.
I'm asking Vorm. Why? I kind of.
Well, I kind of, and I point at the window, vaporized one of them, and there's literally no remains.
Oh, alright. Well, if it isn't quite human, well, mortal, whatever you want to call it, I wouldn't feel guilty about killing a cat. I can, worst comes to worst, revive it. Oh, that's it. Barry makes sure to like start putting on his gear and stuff like that, just in case he starts putting out of a fight. Alright, and now,
As you're getting ready, I'm just like, I'm still watching the window, expecting something any moment. Don't know what. But I kind of say to you, so, are we going out there, or are we waiting for them to come in here?
why bother choosing? I can hit him from here.
Good point.
So what's the plan, my good sir?
I might not know his name. I know where he is. Alright.
Okay, so yeah, you get finished already. What's the plan? What are you actually going to cast at him through the window?
Well, theoretically speaking, if this guy has no thoughts going through his head, there's several things he could be that aren't human, that aren't susceptible to psychic damage. But the creature that is walking around the familiar is definitely capable of thinking and probably capable of psychic damage in return, unless it's something far more dangerous than I know of. So I'm going to try to kill the cat with some good old psychic lance. At worst, I revive it.
Firing psychic lances out.
Yeah. So you basically like you just fucking snap the cat out of existence immediately. It's just like or do something, Adams.
Base. Just yeah, it's like alright.
Snap. You see
Overkill.
Yeah, you see the figure kind of like lean forward a little bit, stand up as it observes the missing cat from the hill. well, looks unfazed by it nonetheless. So
Alright. Well, you know, if he's just gonna stand there, I don't feel threatened.
you're gonna hit it as well.
Oh, no, I'm not. See, like killing a magical creature that I could technically revive if it was not a magical creature is one thing. Murder of a sentient being of this caliber, not really not really what I want to do in the, middle of the city.
Okay, so what are you gonna do?
Thing. Or you still tired? You want to go back to bed? I'm ready for bed.
I think I don't think Vorum is able to go back to sleep.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Alright, I guess we could just get some breakfast. I mean, how early is it? Looks out in the.
Oh yeah, what time was it exactly?
It's maybe like very early in the morning, cause I mean, none of you have keen mind.
But early enough
There's-
for it to still be dark.
Yeah, it's dark, but there's like hints of light coming from the east.
Yeah. Let's go get breakfast or something.
Okay. And I'm
The
guessing that.
cats prey on those who are isolated.
So,
Need to go into the public.
so Terry, you just gonna leave the griffin looking at the individual?
Well, I mean, I don't see why not. I mean, if you can watch us creepily, I can have him watch him creepily.
So yeah,
Mutual stalking.
okay. So
Great offer.
yeah, you just basically see the man just squatting, and to this point you see like people just walking around, and all of them are kind of paying attention to the fucking squatting shade, and like some of them, are passing by. Some of them like trying to interact and channel. What the fuck are you up to? Like, what the fuck are you doing up there?
Like, there's just a
And
griffin and a man just staring each other down.
no, the griffin is odd. They look oddly at you, but you know, it's a griffin. It's not like a feral super beast. It looks calm and tame, but there's just a random dude in just a green cloak, just chilling on the rooftop, just smiling something. Like, you don't see its face. Everything is covered in shadow. It just kind of looms over, and people are just taking notice and starting to question. So, Warren, Terry, you basically acquire the early morning soup that is eventually going to become a stew, and as you're trying to like wait for the bowls, like a squad of like 6 guards show up, and they're like,
Not gonna react.
there's a man on the roof. And he looks a bit confused. It's like he's like a human, maybe in his 20s, early 30s. It's like, as he kind of steps aside and just walks in, and now you see the griffin perspective. You just see just like a crowd of like 10 people, ranging from like beggars to like actually like just like someone with like a very distinguished job. Although just kind of puzzling what the fuck is going on. And just general questioning is happening by the crowd, and eventually the guard just, by the order of the city, get off the roof. So there's a whole commotion outside about.
Meanwhile, inside, Vorum pours tea.
Oh, you're doing the.
Might as well.
Okay. Are you gonna make it for yourself or Terry as well?
I mean, obviously, offer some to Terry. Just like I'm watching all this. With,
Okay.
Like, imagine we pick like a table
Yeah.
towards like the front door.
Yeah.
Where all this is
So
happening.
so take off 2 charges. So
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, it's pretty. It's just, you know, you just had your soup. It's pretty filling. Not much meat, but filling nonetheless. The tea is fine and reinvigorating, and there's just a commotion, and all of a sudden you just hear a clunk as one of the guardsmen just got a direct order from like the captain just shoot him, and a bolt just whizzes past through the cloak, and the cloak just kind of bends over and just kind of falls off the roof, and all of you just suddenly hear like a pitch of screaming. And from Griffin's perspective, the cloak just lands on the Griffin like halfway, and the whole cloak is just empty. That's just a cloak with a single, like, 2 holes that showed that the crossbow's bolt went through it.
I was
And
just gonna say, is this just like some random person's cloak caught on top of the house?
no, because you clearly, Terry, saw that it was like a squatting individual because it moved. It's like as soon as the crossbow bolt hit, it immediately just kind of lost any cohesion and form, just kind of flopped over. And now there's like the guard just overlooking the cloak. The Griffin is told to get away because it's like half caught, and people are just expecting, looking for a body, and the guards basically asking to the guards are basically telling the people to scatter because there's nothing to see there.
Scat.
Yeah, and the voices are loud enough that you can all hear. Like, Terry, you can hear it from the Griffin's perspective and from your perspective.
Body perspective.
Yeah. So yeah. As for Gan and Julie, you woke up without a hitch. Everything is fine, is lovely. Oh god, they're both muted mics. Oh no.
Whatever shall we do?
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah, I'm here too.
Morning.
So yeah, what would you like to do, both of you? Because it's morning. Eventually you wake up out of your long rest in the tiny hut inside a hotel's room.
Well, you can't be too safe, you know. There's people out here trying to kill us. Thankfully, we're safe.
Yep.
I would like to order room service and get us some, I don't know, pancakes and yogurt and maybe some orange juice. Do you want anything?
Scrambled eggs, some green tea.
Scrambled eggs and green tea? That sounds good.
Okay, so while you're having breakfast, take off -4 gold from you yourself, Julie. So, as for just, breakfast has had by all of you, and the early morning dawns to all of you. It's about 8 a.m. and interestingly, the innkeeper comes back and starts telling you the fucking story, like from his perspective. Like, I just came from outside. There was a cloak on the rooftop. It's very odd.
It is very odd. Actually, wait, question here. When the cloak when he disappeared into a cloak, was my hex spell still active?
As soon as it punctured, it just vanished.
Okay,
It lost
okay,
effect.
so this was more of a summoned creature, an echo shadow or something of the sort. Right. Yeah, that's really strange. Oh, glad he didn't disturb any of the guests. That would have been a pain in the butt.
It's early in the morning. It's still there, but still, why a crossbow bolt? Like, the bolt's gonna land somewhere. They shot into the sky.
Like, have you ever thought what happened to just hit someone's head? Like, who's legally viable for that? Is the city gonna pay for a dead man?
I'm just...
consideration.
Yeah. Guardsmen these days.
Are
So
they
yeah.
gonna pay for the damage on the roof? Or is there like damage on the tiling because someone was walking on there? Like, how fragile is that stuff?
Oh, I mean, it shouldn't be super fragile.
You know what? I'll tell you what. I can take a look up there in a moment. I have a mending spell just ready at hand. I can make sure there's nothing permanent.
Oh, well, kindly thank you. As he just kind of like a bit confused by this whole situation, he just kind of goes back and kind of prepares ingredients for this to you. So yeah, You're all about 1 hour apart. So if anybody wants to do anything together, it's your call.
Well, I just got permission to investigate the crime scene by the roof owner, so I'm gonna go up there and check that out.
Yeah, you go. You
I will come with you, although I might stay on the ground.
I'm gonna be very careful not to step where that person did, like steps. Like,
so just with your past perception and flying up, you see that there's like not scratch mark, but like torn fabric of the green cloak or hood on the thing, but there's no like marks of breaking or anything. The clay tiles look pristine.
He was there after the rain, right?
Yeah.
So, let's see. And he stood there the position the entire night?
Yes. Well, like when Warren figured it out.
Would they... Yeah, like for the entirety. Okay, yeah. Then if he was standing, was he standing like incredibly still?
Yep. He did not push, didn't move. He only moved when the cat was killed, and it just kind of leaned forwards to look at it, like at where the cat was, and then leaned back and continued the position.
Theoretically, where his boots were, there should be a dry print. Since he was
There's
never
not.
in the rain the entire. Unfortunate. All right, and the cloak. I'm guessing it just looks generic.
Yeah. It has this deep green hue in it, but I mean, it's just extra coloration.
From the bottom, I call up. Anything?
Nothing yet. I do want to try one more thing though.
You.
I do have a question about this.
Yeah.
What? Sorry.
Yeah. Just say it.
Is this like an expensive cloak?
Roll me shit. Roll me a history check.
History check. Got it. I don't think I have any special in here. Okay, just good old intelligence +3. Man. Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah.
So Worm can check on.
So Warren, while you're just like observing the thing, just looking at, you see like a older, maybe in her 40s, 50s, like lady that was like carrying a bunch of laundry, just looks up. Oh no, not this again. Guards! There's another man on the roof. And she
I'm
just
like, no, don't worry. He's just fixing the tiling.
Here's the interesting part with your passive insight, Warren. She continues to yell, and you thought that she misheard you, but then you realize she's probably so fucking bored she just wants to see what happens.
I'm like, listen,
So
if you could stop that.
I mean, eventually she stops, but after.
I mean, I imagine she keeps going for a little bit as I just turn around and tearing it. Could you wrap this up, please?
Sure thing. I pull off the if there's no noticeable things to gather from the information, I look at it carefully and then.
Nope, there's nothing.
And then ending. Clean that up.
Did they take the cloak itself?
The cloak is on the ground, covered in mud and just rain.
Alright.
I mean, with lack of anything else, I'll go pick that up.
Yeah.
But that said, we should probably go to the an investigator. Meet him this time. Maybe it'll dispel some suspicion if we go to him instead of the other way around. Plus,
at the same time, after our brilliant conversation last time,
look, it was late.
Maybe we should just stay clear.
So yeah, investigations have been made, and Julie, again, you have your breakfast anywhere you want to go.
Sorry, can I just ask him about the cloak real quick?
Sure.
Sorry, just basics like how big is it?
It's okay. Roll me an investigation.
I
Okay.
help him.
Yeah, sure. With that, let's go.
What the hell
Let's
is my
fucking
investigation?
go.
Investigation, not the best, but not terrible. And then with advantage, did you say?
Yeah.
Yes. Goodness.
Ooh. Woo.
Yeah.
So, just
So yeah, like the main things I want to know: how long is it,
Okay. So
and
it's
also like what fabric is it?
okay. So the fabric is silk that has been colored into this deep, nice, reflective green. It has
So
some
quite
nice.
expensive and fine.
It has some nice adornments on its side. Um, so the whole thing would probably fit a woman, and it's about like up to like maybe 5'5", 6" comfortably. This cloak, this whole piece of fabric would fit the lady very well, and you assume it would be like maybe 80.
So like a
90
human.
Yeah, 80, 90 gold pieces worth. Well, of course not trampled in mud and
Hmm. But either way, it's expensive. It's for a human, probably for a woman. Okay.
Mhm.
I mean, I will wrap this up, I guess, if I notice it's worth, and at least
Yeah, you do.
put it in
you
my
do.
bag
Hey,
for
Ju-
later use.
All right. So after
What are you
we have our
laughing at?
breakfast,
sorry, yeah, carry on.
Meanwhile,
In the
after we
same
have our
side of
breakfast
town.
and we've got all that stuff settled, I will grab the ascending stone and just send out a message. All right, boys, you've had your little vengeance. We've gotten the killer. Can we get out of town? It's getting a little hot around here.
I fully agree.
would seem like the smart decision.
You better not say but.
Uh, there is one location I want to investigate before we get out of here. However, with that said, currently, me and Orm are the only ones who have been asked to stay in the city by officials.
Mhm.
Theoretically, you could make your way out beforehand. We could
Still,
follow you up.
I mean, if we make our way out pretty quick, I don't think they have much to say about it. How far does city kind of official authority stretch? Is there actually like a legally defined like distance from the city itself?
Well, like the detective said, he's not serving the city, he's serving the empire. So
Oh, it would be best. Here, go.
Okay.
I feel like you guys should get out of here, given dirty hands.
Why can't we get it? Like, Warren looks genuinely distressed. He's like, yeah. Well, what about us?
I think we have a talk due with a certain trespass sleeping quarters. Pulls up the kind of the scrap of green cloth. I'm not very good at your investigation, but currently someone's very interested in talking with us. That is.
Okay, fine.
I grew.
I mean,
I
if you
grew.
think
in
it's important, we might as well get anything that we need to do out of the way. But
Well,
then
if
I
you-
insist we get the hell out of Dodge.
So it's like telepathically, I tell everyone, if I've learned anything about being a terrorist.
Sorry, what? I think there was some static right there.
Sorry. If there's anything I learned about unpredictable officials, it's that working with them is the last thing they expect.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Random
And
question.
with Terry's half-baked crooked logic of maybe past experience.
what is it, Julie? What is it?
From outside the city, could I provide him with bardic inspiration through the sending stone?
No, sadly no.
But
Then everybody would get pocket bards.
that said, Julie, there is a particular. Let's see. There are two locations that I do want to see if are placed outside of the city. During our bird friends' last moments, I didn't know it at the time. I remember him talking through his hire through a mirror, a very golden-esque mirror. And I can't show you an image from this far away, but it was in a cave. Are there any common cave hideouts around the outskirts of the city?
Would that be a history check,
Uh,
or would I have any idea at all?
you would not. Maybe the bakery does. Who knows?
All right, I would not have that sort of information. But if you would like to meet me before we leave town, I can give you some walking around money, and you can buy some information wherever you need.
Well, let's see. And in case, you were feeling suicidal, you do need to see, I have a feeling, or a theory, that our bird boy's hideout was somewhere along that long passageway down to the three ancient dragons. Well, if you
Pick
feel
up
like
this-
risking your life for our theory.
Didn't we have plans? Did we see any caves besides the mine shaft?
I mean, I still have the map, right? At least the copy I made of the
Yeah,
map.
you do.
So, with that said, I think we should do one last meetup. I'll show the mirror and general information I can share. We can get some money to spare and do some shopping. Julie and the gang, they'll have to stay on the outskirts if further. As we keep as little people in the city as possible.
You think it's wise to keep us all split like this? Like, obviously.
Well, it was anyone but me. Yeah.
Oh,
So
So-
just generic confidence.
yeah.
Wait, do you tell us that there was someone? Because we don't know about the one on the roof.
Oh yeah,
So-
I feel like something Terry would gloss over, and then Vorm was like, "But one thing you probably should know."
Vorm's is kind of a bit baffled, and yeah, as the conversation starts wrapping up, he goes, "Oh, by the way,
By the way,
we had a
a
slightly strange night."
strange. What do you mean?
So, you know how the cats keep appearing around bad events?
Yeah.
Well,
we figured it was someone's familiar.
Yeah. We have an update to that theory. They have a lot of familiars, and well, -1 now, but. And then I kind of recap. Last night, we were sleeping when a large number of cats started to lightly swarm the building. They didn't do anything bad, but it was a bit uncomfortable, and a strange figure was on the roof kind of watching for a while. Thankfully, the brave city guards shot him and he vanished into thin air. Amongst other things.
Just-
On the other
So
hand,
what
have you
you're
tried the
trying-
breakfast in this place? It's actually pretty good.
So what you're trying to tell me is the bird that you lopped the legs off of possibly wasn't the killer, and you just did that for fun.
Oh no, no, I'm saying alongside the killer, there's also some strange cat person.
Oh,
Also
Good.
maybe,
lovely.
also maybe innocent. Yes.
Oh yeah, actually, speaking of that, there is a tad bit of information that might be slightly important for this conversation.
Yeah.
So, the bird was sent up on a cleaning mission. No, I mean by that I mean grabbing loot and going. So it's very unlikely that he actually killed him, even though he looted his body most likely. But I think that was self-evident after legged him.
Just hear like something smash as he puts a just face palm. You just hear the boom.
The good news is I have a basic description of the hirer. And with that, I'll be able to share a bit more detailed information when I can actually display an image to you. So let's meet up.
Oh, and yes, we should meet up because we also need to discuss what our lovely detective friend might or might not know.
Speaking of which, you guys decided on a location. I'm going into the shopkeeper to tell him that we'll be back in his office if he shows up here while we're gone.
Okay. So, where are you gonna meet up? That's the question.
Forget it.
Okay, we all know where the Emporium of Treats are.
Yeah.
Let's go
Yeah, let's
near
go
there,
there.
but let's not meet there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just around
So
the area.
let's say 1 street north and 2 streets to the east. Gather there.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So,
Question. How far are we from Julie's house right now?
I mean, again, we've denied
Jewel
the
is-
existence of Julie. I don't think we should go to her house.
about like from worms and terrorist perspective, maybe like 4 hours on foot.
No. Julie and I.
Alright,
How
Julian,
far are
you like 4.5. It's like
Uh.
almost opposite side. So
Yeah.
it takes you walking about maybe 20 to 30 minutes. Just perspective wise, because it takes, and eventually you all gather up in the street. Wolverine, Terry, roll me a perception check.
Ah, they're following. And
Come on,
question:
man.
my Griffin's still with me at this point, right?
Yeah.
He do the perception check. I mean, I can do it regardless, but he do the perception check.
Okay, so just overlooking the vicinity. It's odd, like it's normal silhouette, but there's like this sensation that somebody's watching you, and you can't really put it two together. It's like you see the guards are watching, the people watching, but you also have a griffin. It's not like suspicious, but like
Understandable.
it's just like eh. So you all gather up.
Hold up. If we feel like we're being like a little glanced over here, then I do want to pull a maneuver or two.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but if I've noticed something's off in a paranoid state, I'm going to take some action.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Oh,
So
with
I'm gonna
that
change.
said, yeah, I think the basic go-to for here is let's change it meet location real quick. At this point, I should be able to telepath.
Yeah, you can.
Fully.
You can.
So let's change up location real quick. This is all mental, so Keely can't hear us talking out loud, but Julie, I'm getting a couple more glares than I normally do, and while stunningly handsome, I don't think that's what's attracting the attention. I feel like we should change up the meeting location.
All right. Where looks good to you? I can meet
Um,
you wherever.
Oh, I'm gonna have the good old Griffin go get a bird's eye view and see if any decent locations to handle this. Can he have a perception check of good locations for this?
Roll me a perception check.
I wanted the Griffin stat sheet, not basic Google. Oh, alright. Alright, Griffin has advantage and 5+. Okay, so that's a 17.
Well, here's the thing. You're in the middle of a city. It's not like there's like a place, a park or something that you just can just chill.
I mean more like an alleyway or something more conspicuous.
Yeah.
Plenty of alleyways and all of that. Like, every single street has like at least 6 alleyways that connect other streets. Some are dead ends, some are not.
Right, so kind of using the Griffin as kind of like a bird's eye view, can I take like the most windy way to like a particularly
Sure.
easy enough place for them to reach from their end? Yeah, okay.
Sure.
Just to make sure we're not followed easily at least.
Uh-huh.
And that's it. We'll head out that way then.
So-
I specified the location enough because I'll try to make it complicated on our end,
Okay.
not theirs.
Okay, so it takes another 30 minutes by Terry using his shenanigans, and you all meet up in another location. Dead end alleyway that is basically has not seen a single soul in the past couple of minutes because it's still quite early in the morning. It's about 9 a.m. There's like 1 or 2 people in the entire street just passing by. Some people going from building to building, and it's just basically it's like a residential place, but everything is just dead quiet. As you meet up all together, what would you like to do?
At this point, I'm gonna have like the Griffin keep going, like we're continuing to move. And all right, so like we're all together, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Mr.
How did
Nobody?
you all sleep?
Oh, it was a lovely rest. The bed is super comfortable.
Oh,
That's
good, good, good. I'm very glad.
Quite nice.
Nice. Well, all right. So I was thinking about the weather. I'm gonna switch to telepath speech. and I'm going to literally like cast a image of the mirror, like let's see. Yeah, I do have somewhat of a clothing that can be open. So kind of like I open the part of my clothing to kind of show the chainmail, and on the chainmail I just project a image with minor illusion of the mirror, the general location, and the memory that I received from him. So they have all the visuals of it.
Yeah.
Do the same with the cat to kind of repeat in the hooded figure. And I'm showing this as
Warab,
Mm-hmm.
the individual that is talking, well, the bird is talking to, it seems familiar. Roll me a history check.
Okay.
Ooh.
History check.
History check.
I mean, what the hell's my history? History.
They go on
history,
talking
history.
about how we can't go on that fun beach trip
No,
because
not
the
great.
weather looks like it might break.
Nah, not good.
Think about
There's cats.
You don't know if like Terry's just fucking shit at his illusion or something is off that is crucial. But there's like this sensation that you know this person somewhere. You saw
Yeah, it
this.
seems familiar, but can't quite put my finger on it. Okay.
Yeah.
Familiar, like I met this guy 5 years ago, or like we almost got killed by him like within the month of our
He
adventure.
doesn't.
Familiar.
He does not know.
Okay. Enough. But yeah, so like I go on and I show these illusions, and I think the last So then I wrap it up. So I'm sorry, but we'll have to cancel that trip. I will need the beach money back. So the carry on.
Oh yes, absolutely. You're right. I appreciate everything, and I'll hand him 12,000 gold.
Well, thanks. We'll try again next week.
Okay.
Here we break up.
Roll me a perception check now, everybody.
Oh,
Yeah, my griffin's kind of thrown off at this point, so
you
he
just
can't
look
help me.
super shady in like an alleyway, handing over money.
Oh, I'm sure this is not the first time the back alley deal has been done.
Yeah. Understandable. I'm a bit distracted by trying to keep up the facade a little bit. I'm not paying too much attention.
You have no wisdom modifier at all.
Oh no, yeah.
Wow.
Whew.
Hey, look. Hey, look. When you think Terry, do you think wise?
Oh no,
No.
you're
I was
about.
expecting a negative modifier. That's why I asked.
Okay, again, roll, let's go.
Prince is still with us, right?
No, he's not.
No, he went, didn't he?
Yeah.
He. Oh, he's. I can't
It's
get it.
now there's
Okay.
only 4 and a V somewhere. Oh my god. So again. So you're just somewhere looking in the vicinity, just like, keeping an eye. Everything is just normal. Occasionally you see a dwarf and a human and it's just like people in the street, but they're like not even in this vicinity. They're walking away. Everything is clear. And it's just kind of just looking and just overlooking the people. Like Julie and Terry role playing quotation marks their fucking transaction, and like maybe like you're like 40 maybe 45 feet between them because you're just observing the streets and they're like deeper in the alleyway. Between you, all of a sudden, in like 4 feet off the ground, there's just a sudden plum of smoke just appears. As if somebody exhaled quite a lot of smoke.
I get it. Do I see where this smoke came from?
Really or us?
Yeah, you see, it's in the middle of the alleyway. It just happened in the middle of the air. Just a plum of smoke just rises. Julie, you spot that too from the corner of your eye, Julie.
See, I don't though. I just keep walking. Like, time to meet up with the investigator. We have some information to share with him.
And as soon as you like look back at the street, as soon as you look at the street and say that, immediately the invisibility fades as between all of you, the sergeant, smoking his cigar, just exhales again and lets another trail of smoke rise. I don't think
Not the investigator.
it's the investigator, Sergeant Lumpo. Yeah. That will not be necessary.
Have foresight or something?
I just face palm you. You were.
I am sure glad I didn't say any of that out loud. Like,
Voram is just like so happy he said nothing during this entire interaction.
oh, all right. Honestly,
Julie!
with you off it, if you want to talk about it out here, have something to what is it?
Well,
go through with like clothing.
Well, I got a lot of interesting information the past 10 or so hours, and I got a lot of different questions. Starting with a very simple and very simple to answer, most likely. I think you can all agree, is it kind of under his like clothes, he just brings a piece of paper and just unscrolls it, and you see, Julie, that it's your wanted poster. I'm very curious. How's how is it that such a famed and well-known bard is here, back in the city, along
I
people?
thought he had the disguise on.
Yeah, he sees through both the mask and my disguise kit.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, he pieced this
Thing is
shit together.
intelligence.
So, interestingly
Oh, boy.
enough, my good sir, Tony, if that's your name, it's very easy to follow a massive amounts of people, especially when they're accompanied by a griffin. As he kind of pets the griffin's just kind of side.
He really is a nice
Worm's
dude.
eyes.
Right, so, Vorum might not approve of this, but I think it's time we have a conversation in private.
Oh no, I am very dying to know, because here's the thing. These posters that I have are about 3 months old. They were never distributed, for there was no cause for it, but all of a sudden we just get this order to just spread them out, which honestly gave me a lot of thought and curiosity to why. And now that, oof. Oh. And you see Julie, the halfling just kind of looks at you, and there's this sense of admiration and respect towards you. I gotta say, my wife very enjoys your performances.
Investigator, how much do you trust your gut when you can tell someone's lying or not?
Oh, I trust my gut all the time.
Alright, then let me tell you in full honesty that our mission involves saving Empire included, incoming calamity. And if we fail in this mission, I'll die. I'm telling the truth. So if he trusts his gut, you'll believe.
Roll me a persuasion check, and I'll be right back.
Your thing. Okay, let's go. My heart is pounding because it's technically the truth, but he could still not care. Alright, let's say.
Moving back towards Julie and whispering, we're gonna have to make our way out a lot sooner than expected.
28.
Voram is not going to say anything, but he's fully prepared to shank this officer in the alley and then leave.
That's a 28 in persuasion. It's pretty darn hard.
And that's a 28.
Unfortunately, you need to roll a 30.
So about the bardic inspiration, Julie.
That bardic inspiration would come in handy. Too late though. We already made this roll.
Oh, okay, I trust his actual insight will tell him I'm telling the truth. Because that literally is our mission. We have to basically save the world from a calamity.
Any other additions from other party members?
I am just over whispering to Julie about how we might have to take off running from this guy.
I mean, it's one half against
I will
four
go.
of you, so.
I will go ahead and kneel down, take off my mask, and get kind of closer to him so that we can actually see eye to eye. And be like, and I have much respect for your deductive abilities. You are an amazing investigator, and I'd be glad to give you an autograph for your wife. Absolutely, I'm always happy to appeal to my fans. But as my friend here has said, we, all of us, are on a mission, and it does pertain to a calamity that will end this world. I hope you understand that we are in a rush, and I mean no disrespect to you at all.
Warren, do you have anything?
Love how on a mission to save the world is the actual.
Current objective, save the world. Like, no. In closed caption, like, yeah, seriously, I'm not joking. Shit's fucked.
Looking at, is there anyone else paying attention? Like, I am now looking to see if anyone else is paying
No,
attention.
no, there's only him here.
Let me put it like this: your job is to protect the Empire. This is your duty. What's more dangerous? Who's burned a church? Like, trust me, I have
Shut
no
the
pity
fuck
for
up.
that. Or entire empire. It's no short answer to say that I've been put on my god to do this mission till the end.
He kind of takes a giant whiff and just kind of looks at the three of you, not Terry included, and just asks, "Why are you letting him speak?" He's too anxious to be a public speaker. I get it, you have good intentions, but damn it, you have just the worst. Like you try to swindle away, trying to be undetected while riding a griffin across the city. How many griffins have you seen in this city, kid? Exactly none.
I was intending to directly talk to you. I mean, it really was my intention. Again, honest truth. Eric, you know from outside of the campaign.
Why are you telling me? Why are you telling me?
You can't say that.
Yeah, you can't say.
Well, I'm saying by intention, so he knows that I'm like not metagaming here. This is actually what I plan to do with the character.
Shut, calm down! God damn.
For a mental note, murder Terry.
Just facepalm again. What is wrong with this guy?
Varun's like, I can't fucking take you anywhere.
This guy is supposed to protect us.
This is the best combination of terrible wisdom and best charisma.
So he grabs from one of his pouch a notebook, and it's more of a like a journal, as he starts to write down. Well, you see, all of you are wanted. Well, technically none of you are wanted except for good Julie over here. And by law, I should bring her to custody. And as he kind of continues to write, it just kind of stops. But the wanted poster.
Back there.
No, the wanted poster and the timing of it all. Not to mention that the posters were issued by the Platinum Seas, a faction why allied, not part of the Empire. It's in all my due diligence to ignore their requests, for it's not direct Empire business. As he kind of closes his journal and shuts it down. But oh, you're in so much trouble. I am very curious though. Those posters made put for safekeeping, and now they're just put out, and people pretended I wouldn't know this. He looks a bit like confused himself, like he's. Well, you see.
I've got him told you this much.
What do you mean, Terry?
I've got him told you this much. I'm willing to fill in the gaps.
Are you gonna tell everything that's happened?
Well, I'm going to. I'm going to.
You will not say a goddamn thing until I am out of arm's reach.
Jump in character if you feel like it, because Terry's on a roll and he's been recording.
No, you will shush. The less he knows, the better for all of us.
I mean, Terry, you can spill the beats. It's up to other people to shut you up, so go.
Just everyone's glaring at Terry.
Oh, good point, sir. We shouldn't let him speak for us anymore.
About,
Look
Just-
of death.
about we trade information. He's currently on the non-law-abiding side.
Dude, what
Resorting to murder.
Hey,
information?
Terry. Hey, Terry. How many paladins does it take to screw in a light bulb?
Your red light. Red ballad and Elias, that by chance.
One more than we'll have if you keep talking, and I'll cast hideous laughter on him.
Oh my
Okay,
god!
telepathically, like I stopped talking out loud and like I put up a finger, like telepathically look over to him. Look, can't find the person trying to kill us. He's currently letting us go. If he's the best detective around here, and we can convince him, help us find our attempted murderer. I mean, his motive too. It's this person's not on the side of the law.
Did you ever think that
Well, you don't need to
maybe-
disclose my side of the law right now.
Oh, okay, just
So
tell me
drop
what
that
you
part.
say, or you can say it yourself. You know, I mean, like. You can say
Yeah,
what you
why
want to say.
why are all of you just quiet by just fucking going on Terry because he's the only one speaking?
Look,
You're literally
look,
bullying
look,
Terry.
again,
And then after that, I'll turn back to the investigator. I'm sorry. You know us. We are adventurers. We do have a habit of solving our own problems. But you are right. This was in the city. One of our friends was murdered. We should have come to you immediately. We weren't thinking straight. We came from the field. You know how it is.
Well, first of all, I don't believe neither of you, because you don't, like I said, you're not registered anywhere. You have a 50,000 bounty on you. All of you are so on edge.
Terry shakes his head as technically he's not wanted. Not here.
Yeah, you're not on edge. You're literally just shivering in your voice.
Yeah, it's like it's literally just like Terry's like, I'm technically not in a legal space right now.
Vorm for the first time, like, raises his hands like, me neither.
Well, there's only one of us that's actually wanted, but we're all still being chased down.
Just-
Okay. Full disclosure. The Platinum Sea is after me because of my love interests and things that have happened on a personal level. It has nothing to do with law itself. Yes, there's a high bounty on me, but it's because of my wife and me falling in love with her. It has nothing to do with me doing illegal activities. You should know I'm a good girl.
No.
That was gonna be a persuasion check until that last.
Yeah, he really he like squint like when Warren squints there's stab, but there's like this like car like yeah sure you're a good.
I just imagine just like the first split second Vorum and like the actual and the officer just have the exact same expression.
Yeah, yeah. He just kind of patiently waits, takes a deep breath, and just says, "I know many things about you, Julie De Silver, and one of them is not what you just told me. Quite the opposite."
Okay,
Anyway,
the last part was a little bit of a stretch. Lazara has helped me turn over a new leaf. I'm a new person.
Oh, I'm just over there, just face palming like, who are these people?
I'm just gonna, like, cut-
out at this whole interaction.
The next time someone like tries to speak, I'm just gonna like cut them off and be like, "What do you want from us?"
Before every time Gorman
I
lets Terry
do.
speak, he's just said the honest truth is his investigator actively searching.
I will start to looking for an escape route and start to slowly slip away.
I actually kind of just bail on everyone. Because he has full attention on Julie. If you want to bail, you can.
just like you people, you know.
As
We'll use the sending stone and tell him run.
as
You don't have to
I
tell me
will
twice.
just like glare.
I am
Just stop. What do you want from us, sir? What do you want?
I am gone.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Jen can leave. Like he could be
Yeah.
let him go.
So-
Poor man.
So since Warren asks, what do you want from us? He just says, well, it's my job to find out every single mystery that I come across. By choice or by accident. Well,
And by accident.
And how do we play into this
Well-
mystery of yours?
I don't know. You tell me. You, famous musician goes missing, comes back with a massive bounty on her head, and is accompanied with a bunch of individuals that they're telling that they're gonna save the world. And he kind of like eyes all of you.
I just
quietly.
look at Terry. I'm like, yes, thank you for that part.
Me but no.
Maybe just
How
start.
about we just?
Maybe you just
How
come.
about we
maybe
cooperate with you, sir?
start telling me by what is this prophecy?
That is
Again, looks at Terry. It's like, yeah. What is this prophecy, Terry?
oh boy.
What's the
Okay,
wording
so-
of that prophecy?
Okay. So I had died at the time, so it's a bit fuzzy. I'll try to cite it clearly as possible. All right.
Sir, could we by any chance we just give you these 2 points to Julie and Terry? While the rest of us could just go and kind of go about our business.
Well, technically, in that case, I would just need Julie. Julie is the one who's technically.
Yes, but
I am
last
willing
left
to
the
make this
party member
trade.
alone.
Julie.
I would normally agree to, the split, but at the same time, I'm not okay with leaving a party member without at least me or the rest of the party with them. Last time we did that,
I like clap Terry
You
on the
saw them now.
shoulder, just like, well then you can be there explaining the prophecy and how the world's ending and all that.
I think I will. Hey, Forum, can you get me a circulative blasting? I put a hand over the gold. Thank you. Okay, now Yes! No shopping. You can see Terry is visibly relieved about not having to go back to the shopping street.
Roram just kind of like looks between him and then the officer, and he's just like slowly starts to leave.
But I think if we're going to do it, we should probably do it in somewhere more discreet than an alley, unless you have a better idea.
This will work fine, unless you want to bring it there more officially and sort of with much more. Here are the
No, but I
guards.
feel like there has to be. Well, what I am going to say is going to sound rather insane. But
I think
given
if
the
you want to
theme of
hear the
playing
actual
here-
story, you may want to be sat down for it, and you might need a pen.
Oh no, he has this coal piece.
No, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I wait for him to like show the pen and go, no, more pens.
With that said, Christian, as an investigator, do you happen to keep a scroll of Zone of Truth on you?
No, don't need it.
Fair enough. If you trust your gut enough, I was just trying to extend a courtesy.
Oh no! As he kind of raises his hand, and you just immediately see the vicinity around him just kind of light up for a moment. Please go
Purposely
on.
fail a check. just to be clear, if it wasn't already, I'm purposely failing this check, just because I'm about to say some pretty darn insane. Okay. It all started when I died.
Oh my god!
Is Gen still here or no?
Yeah,
So
that's
again,
what.
Have I been given the good to leave or
Yeah, you can
I
leave.
need to get out.
no? I'll get the fuck out of there! I am like power walking away from this situation.
Chewie, are you trying to leave?
Later, bitches!
It's just like like as soon as I see form, I just kind of pull him into another like clearing.
Like, Form, as you're leaving, the last thing you hear me. So it started when I died, and like.
Mentally,
Like-
Form's like, ah, yes, and this started when you died. You're dead
like
to me.
in the crowd, a hand just grabs your shoulder and yanks you. Like
I just like look at you, and for a second I'm like worried. Then I see it's you. I'm like, we need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, where the hell is Joey?
Listen, those two, they're lost causes. Just write them off. We've traded our lives for theirs. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Succulent of plastic.
Listen, they've dug their own graves. Julie can talk about how they're insane, and Terry can talk about how he's chosen by the gods and there's an apocalypse or something. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Let's get out of here.
Okay.
I love this so much.
So, Terry, what's the dealio?
Okay, story. Okay, so it all started when I died. Lived. Okay. I used to be a farmhand. I don't gloss over this too much because it's not too important.
Yeah,
but,
yeah,
I was
yeah.
a farmhand, wasn't a very nice man,
Oh,
and then, apparently I had some use. And gods that, like God of Death said, you know what, you suck. Oh. If you want to make up for being a sucky human being, you go. Basically, now new mission is to follow the god around because I really did suck and my family's dead, most of them. But again, another story for another day. And Terry chaotically jumps from pit to pit. and all right. So then I do some good. I try to bring some food to the poor. And memory gets kind of foggy back and forth there. That part's a bit confusing.
He asked.
But then I remember being stabbed and dying again. Then I lived. Oh. Again, zone of truth, technically true. But when I was waking up from my death, I was given a vision of a proper mission this time. Really clear instructions to not let these people die. I was supposed to make sure they reach their potential. Wish it was a little more clear than that, but that's how much I remember from it.
So he asks one simple question before your second death passes. Who ordered your assassination?
It was... No, I really wish I knew. Because it was very annoying. I really wish... I'm still looking out for it, but, as much as I would love to avenge dying...
Roll me hit this... Wait, you automatically failed, so...
No, I'm being honest here. I don't know who the tiefling is. I don't know who she is. She's the one who ordered my death.
No, you were told. You were told who it is. You were told who she is at the table before all of you fucking...
I was told. I honestly did not know. Who is it? Because I honestly just blanked. Sorry. Intentional.
Interesting.
I just blanked.
You seem very interested in the part. And Julie, what you basically surmise is that there was Julie, if you're still listening, I guess,
Yeah.
unless you wanna just try to fail. What you basically realize is Terry was basically part of a revolution that took place in the East about 8 months ago. And basically the last thing you heard about that place that is called the United Casimir Party is that they had a massive purge. And Terry is one of the people who got away. Yeah.
I can explain more of that when you have questions, I'm sure. That's a whole can of worms, but I'm gonna try to get to the part where the prophecy part. That's kind of the most important part here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what ended up happening, is I see them. I see the people in person, and like I know immediately that these are the people I'm supposed to make sure don't die, and I saved most of them so far. Kind of like clenches his fist at that point. Not part of that one, but then I helped them out through a couple things. Died again to protect them. Then came back, and I told you one. I think I told you about that death already. No, I really should pack a revival scroll. But anyways, yeah, and that's kind of the prophecy is kind of. I wish it was more particular, but honestly, the memory on it is a bit foggy. Zone of Truth did not go off once.
So Julie, after Terry just went on a fucking schizophrenic rampage for a moment, telling his life story and stuttering and just being like all twitchy and shit, he just looks at you calmly. So how did you meet him?
Okay, my face will go very flat and I'll purposely fail the zone of truth also. So that he knows I'm telling the truth.
Ooh, let's go!
I met him in a forest when I was coming back onto the grid.
Getting cooked. Well, I was about to be cooked. I was about to be cooked by a stew, remember?
Oh, yes, he was captured by goblins while I was leaving the forest, and we happened to stumble upon him. I saved his life, and now he owes me.
So I have just a quick speculation question. You can answer truthfully or not, I will know. Was the Platinum Steez involved in your disappearance?
Yes.
Where did it take you?
They took me to a location to ensure I stayed off the grid because they wanted me gone. And that's why my bounty is out, because I refused to stay off the grid, and I came back to see my wife.
He looks a bit perplexed and a bit confused, but there's like this smile like. You sound like one of those places that like it has a name, like you describing yourself like being in a place that you were held. You were not like in Paranama, like you're not like in some sort of mythos prison. Like I would actually very much like a location, because usually Platinum Sea prisons are kind of illegal on Empire soil. So that would help a lot.
He didn't lie. He's like,
I do not have an exact location, but it is to the far north. The very far north. Over the sea, I believe. Wasn't it over the sea?
Yeah, it was.
yeah.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure Blizzard? Yeah, we were stuck in a blizzard.
Yeah.
For a good amount of time there.
He just kind of looks of it, just kind of processes the information.
That's a lot of information to take in.
Great. So then that means you have prisons somewhere else. Fuck.
So would that be an act of treason to kidnap Empire citizens and escort them out of Empire territory into a prison off grounds?
Yes.
Ah, yes. Do you need
Doesn't that
names? Because I do have names also.
Oh, what?
make that charge on the poster
Names?
also illegal?
You got names? He looks dumb. You know you don't know where you were or its location, but you know the names. Well, I mean, if you
He's incredibly passive aggressive.
yeah, he's like losing his temper. Like, ah yes, it's like ah yes. I don't know how to make a cake, but I have this like step-by-step recipe of it. It's like
Well, I can't tell you the location that I don't know the exact location of where I was, but I can tell you that it was Archimegas Curian who ensured that I got there.
he scratches his beard very intently. Like, oh, so one of the magisters who rules upon the entire magocracy personally indicted you to the north as your sentence.
Well, you see me standing in the zone of truth. What can I say?
For a moment, he kind of looks a bit confused, and then he just kind of realizes, oh, you are indeed. Oh. Oh, he kind of starts rubbing his temple menacingly. Oh. Oh, that's not good. That is very interesting.
Am I missing something? Julie hasn't quite told me this much as of yet.
Ooh. Ooh. Interesting enough, I heard a thing about my colleague who has been to the capital of the Planet Seas, Alicor, and they were told that magisters are not permitted to leave the flying cities. And you're telling me he did?
Question.
Once again, zone of truth. He knocked on my front door.
Erix, given I have experience with the law, do I know the charges for
You are experienced in the law. No, you're not.
I was a
No.
judge.
You were a judge for like 2 months, and there was no consequence.
Go, 2 months more experience than you.
Ooh, he just kind of honors. Oh, that's very peculiar. So that means. Oh, you're probably. But that's why the drink is. It all connects. See, now I have the vital pieces of information and all connects. You somehow escaped, and now even the Magister knows that you escaped. So now it's trying to find you. And that's why you have those trinkets on you, so nobody can actually spot you.
Yeah.
And
That's correct. You are a very good investigator.
Huh. I do not believe the Empire is a safe place for you at all. Because eventually rumors will pass. And I might have told quite a few people by official orders that there's a group of people who do not belong in any system as of date and are very suspicious. And of course, you are traveling with that group as well.
You told them I was here.
Not you specifically. The city knows that there's a group of people, and of course, now I know that you are a part of this group. So it would take just a singular spell from an amateur mage. And they potentially have 50,000 gold just on telling on you. You're on a very
Contemplates modify memory.
Well, what's done is done. Nothing we can do will change what you said. Unless you got one hell of a powerful gift of gab spell, but...
Oh, I will not
Aside,
tell,
boy.
but for I have interests of the Empire, not the mediocrity in hand. I will not tell upon anything, but that does not mean that anybody else in this city, which, like, every fifth or sixth individual knows how to see magic. It's just a matter of time before someone capable enough can see through your disguise. The silver.
Very true. And before you ambushed us, I was fully planning on leaving the city. So the longer I stay here, that's on you.
That said, me and Vorm did have something to talk about, but I'm afraid Vorm's been spooked, so...
I just imagine two streets down, you just hear distant Worm shouting again. It's like, we need to get the fuck out.
Oh,
But
Julie, I'd suggest hustling.
uh,
After
mhm.
after all this information, I feel like it's only fair that I give him some that might benefit us.
Okay.
Or, do you want to stay around while I explain this and risk getting spotted more?
I mean, he just
Can you
kind of.
ensure my safety while I stand here?
Well, the only person who knows that you are you is me. And even he kind of grabs one of the trinkets off his neck, and it's literally the same fucking necklace that you got at the Imperium treats. As long as nobody snitches on themselves, we're all fine. But you gotta go. But where are you gonna go? You're in the middle of the territory of the Empire.
We have
Well,
one lead.
I can't very well tell you where I'm going. That's a possibility that I could be found. But I will be gone, and I'll start walking.
So, Julie, don't forget circular blasting. I don't think Vorm was in the mood to go shopping. I'm just kidding. You're missing the context that Julie's just gonna go straight out of the city. Like, oh. Never mind, that's a terrible idea.
Ooh.
Alright. Kind of like watches Julie. Still just like you're just walking out, right?
Uh-huh.
Talking to
Yep,
Julie.
I'm going to flag down a carriage, and I'm going to be gone.
Alright, so you gotta like just make sure Julie like gets away safely. No like getting off before getting.
He
And
says
as soon as-
nothing. He just kind of looks Julie as she just kind of walks by, and it's like,
Like he sighs and kind of like the nervous expression kind of just fades a bit. And that's a lot. Alright. So
oh, you're in a very tricky situation.
very odd situation, but see. Question: was he in the zone of truth this entire time? Would that
Yeah,
even affect him? Just-
he's in the middle.
Oh, zone of truth. That working on you right now?
I see why not.
All right, and I would like to say that that Terry's personality visibly shifts at this point. Right? And no lies. And let's see. There is, frankly, someone working under the law. I'm very displeased with, and he pops up a minor illusion of the girl in tattoos onto the alleyway wall.
Roll me. Oh yeah, I need to roll a history check. Fuck.
Yeah.
Ah!
And actually,
Let's see. 10. Fuck. 23.
Can I actually help him with that? Or
No, you can't.
yeah.
He kind of looks at it for a moment. The girl looks familiar, but I can't put my finger on it.
Oh.
Maybe passerby, maybe not.
Well, let's go further. Question: when she specified like a position of power, was there any context of what that might be?
Huh?
Okay, so basically, remember the bird was given this mission, and as a reward, basically would be given a reward of like a positional reward.
Uh-huh.
I was asking, was there any context or clue to which that might be, or where?
No. No, it didn't.
Oh.
Like,
And any indication on how old this memory is?
I don't think it shows you. Oh no, I did tell it's very recently. It's like it's been like
Okay,
less
okay.
than 24 hours.
Okay. So, based on the timing of it, the mission was probably given directly from this person. Works probably within the city, and if she can legitimately promise power within the city, she must have some influence over here. Someone's actively undermining the law system here, and I believe this is next link to that. Now, unfortunately, it looks like we're having to leave the city. And as much as it pains me to leave loose ends, I feel like if I give you enough information, you'll track down this person appropriately. So, let's see. He pulls out a piece of torn fabric from the robe and sets up like okay, like actually, how many minor illusions can I set up? I think it's like 3 at max, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna say 3. Oh. He sets up another one, like showing the full cloak, and then showing him, because he doesn't have it with him. Vorm has it, but he's
Yeah.
giving him the scrap and like an image of what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
What I can only describe as an echo of maybe a feminine figure watching over us. Cat familiar, and like he like picks up the cat along with their cloak. And with that, leave. Last thing is, and he swishes like, and he kind of gives like clearing out those. He gives an image of the mirror that they were tracking down. This object right here. My best guess is it's down. I assume it's down underground, probably within the sewers or caves. That is our best bet. Now, it brings me great discomfort to trust someone else with the protection of the party. But, given your position, he looks at the zone of truth, and my lack of options, I ask you, follow us to the end. I have your word on that.
Kind of overlooks it.
Need you to say it in the zone of truth.
He looks at it for a moment. I guess I'll look where this leads. Despite what you all did, you are innocent and a murder did happen. And of course, you're not guilty of this murder, but somebody is.
Disappoint me. It was nice meeting you. And I start making my way off to the direction they went on.
Okay. I just imagine you're all like fucking 40 feet away from the alleyway, all gathered up. Just kidding.
Like,
So, yeah. What are you gonna do since you got off the hook, everybody?
the power of honesty, purebred paladin morality goes first.
Shut the fuck up.
I've so angered every single party member here with that. I laugh about it now because I am so in for social punishment after this.
Oh no. So where is everybody heading? Let's go. I mean, I got DMs from you, Warren, about your attempt to. How much diamonds and what kind of blow dart do you want?
I
Goddamn.
need the diamonds. Worth 300.
You,
I figure
you-
we're not gonna be able to get to Julie's house. To
you
get
you can acquire that easily. And Warren, you blow dart what?
I'm gonna get a couple, like probably say 5. That's gonna be like 1,800.
Okay. Warren. God damn it, he's not. But what kind of blow dart do you want?
I mean, what are my options? I just need quite a basic.
A very basic is just 2 gold pieces.
What are the more expensive options? Just out of curiosity.
Made of actual very nice metal and enchanted with either fire or coal enhancements. Enchantments.
One second, just gotta read my notes.
If I know,
I.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, go on.
No, I think I literally just need the basic one.
Okay.
I'm not going to be using it as a weapon per se.
You want better quality ones? Because there's like made of wood, and then there was.
Yeah. I'll get a metal one if
Okay,
possible.
so you can get yourself a blow dart that is made out of very flexible light metal, and it costs you 150 gold pieces. And it looks like the best, and like it looks extremely durable compared to the rest.
Okay, yeah, I'll go for that. Nice break.
So it's a +3, so
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Nice. Alright,
Thank
we should
you.
probably pick up the wickety whack mallet too.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I suppose that I'd do that as well.
The what now?
Oh,
The wickety
We
wackety
need-
mallet. I'm gonna go to like a butcher shop. I'm looking for like a meat tenderizer.
Oh my god.
Like
we
a
need
large meat tenderizer.
we need the math.
All I'm saying,
Just in case someone loses
all-
their mind.
all I'm saying, you can find yourself wooden mallets quite easily. And it costs. Just write down 1 gold piece.
We need a good sturdy one.
Okay, yeah, I've got, this has got to be a sturdy one. It's like
Yeah, 1 gold
it is
piece.
like made of wood, and it's designed to just like tenderize meat.
Yeah,
But I want it to
gold-
be big.
1 gold piece. 1 gold piece. It's not.
1 gold piece for the wickety wackety mallet. Okay.
let's go!
What are the stats of my wickety wackety mallet?
I wanted to have a 1+ to possession disposition.
It's a simple mace that does 1d4 damage.
Okay.
It's just a maze.
We will.
Okay, yeah.
eventually get someone to enchant it to
I mean,
make
yeah,
it
it's
now.
literally like blunt.
Yeah.
It's like not designed
Yeah.
to be a weapon,
Yeah.
just to bonk people.
Yeah,
Oh,
just in case someone's losing their mind, they can get bonked back to reality.
yeah, considering a lot of us are.
Terry silence.
There we go. The wickety wackety mallet has been acquired. Okay.
Okay, what else?
Yeah.
I think I'm good after that.
So-
Lack of circular blasting sad noises.
So now comes the question: where are y'all going? Because you're all split in 3 ways. Because y'all said you're
It's
gonna go out of
truly-
the city, but what's your plan for them?
I'm with Gen currently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Question.
We're
But yeah, where are we actually
Really
going?
aren't miles within my within my
Okay.
within me, like I guess. Is there 6 miles? Are they within 6 miles of me?
What now?
They within 6 miles of me because I still have
No,
still have my bonds to them.
We have the stones if we need to talk.
Oh yeah, we have
Okay,
the
right,
stones.
yeah, you can just use the stones. Go for it.
We just haven't messaged you yet because we don't know if you're still talking to the detective.
We
I
have-
imagine it's
no,
like
yeah,
a
like,
phone
alright.
call or like getting a text, like it just buzzes in your pocket.
Like you hear the buzz. Alright.
Yeah, we didn't want to be like, "Hey, we're running away," as
We're
you were talking
gone.
with him.
Peace out.
Fair enough. All right. Yeah. So like, I do the first one. I guess group call. Nani. Like, all right. I had a talk with him. He's going after our supposed murderer or murder hirer at least. So
Just
new.
facepalm interrupts. Julie, where are
At
you?
what cost? What did you tell him?
Well,
Right.
most of it was
Hey.
about me.
This doesn't
I
matter
will be
anymore.
taking
We
a
need-
carriage about a half mile out of town. Just
Oh,
on the corner of the road, I'll get out and use my disguise kit to look like a beggar, and then just start playing my violin.
all right. Meet you there.
In
And,
which, in
we're
which,
gonna.
okay,
Boy,
in-
did you
Which
get that
way out of
little
town?
flash
North, east, or west?
Yeah,
So-
did you
oh,
manage
no.
to pick up that good old circulative blasting?
Oh yeah. I didn't know if you were being serious or if that was just like a get out.
4,000 gold.
So you messaged me like, "Hey, by the way, did you get one?"
Exactly.
Okay, I like
What?
turn around. I'm like, okay, fine.
Like what?
Hey,
What
look,
is he
if-
talking about? Circle? What?
I don't fucking know. And I like start walking back towards the market, and then I stop and go, "No, wait, Terry, what did you tell him? What did you
Wait,
say?
Circulative
Wait,
blasting. It's a very
No,
simple
no.
item.
What did you tell the detective?
Look, we can
okay.
discuss this on the way out.
I want to know if he deserves the fucking circular blasting.
Okay, fine. Okay, do remember though, if I hadn't told him, we would have likely had to either kill him or get caught trying to. Just want to keep that in mind.
Alright.
But I
Very
just to
angrily
try-
goes in search of circular blasting.
Wrong.
Right,
I'd
we can get it.
While I was out of step, it was because the pressure got to me. I'm sorry.
Look,
But,
if it's not good enough, you can keep the blaster for yourself and use it, okay?
but,
I have
give it
literally no
me,
idea what that is. What are my chances of finding one?
None. You don't find it.
None.
We don't find.
Not even
alright.
just like a random D20 roll.
No, you don't have high enough DC.
I just like storm around the market, demanding
I'm
people
li-
if they know what that is. Eventually, I'm like, fuck it.
I just grab you. I'm like, start
Sir,
driving a helicarrier.
sir, this is Chili's. What the fuck you want?
Literally,
I just
yeah,
hail
just
a
dragging me out.
carriage.
Like, fuck
Just-
you.
I'm just like, carriage, let's go, let's go.
Yeah, I was just like, fuck it, never mind, I don't care. Turn get his own circle of blasting or whatever.
We're gonna get a carriage and we're gonna head towards Julie.
I'm making my way down there. If it's a particular long trip that I won't be able to make on foot properly, I'll take the Griffin. If not, walk in.
Wait, walking where?
Well, Julie's location. Julie's kind of sped up the location. I'm good.
Oh wait, are you going? Wait, toward Julie's location. Ah, gotcha. So,
Trying to not be followed.
the Griffin, single Griffin in
Actually,
the
okay, if I don't need
city.
the Griffin there, I'm desummoning the Griffin.
This-
If I don't need the Griffin there, he's poofing.
The fact that
Giant griffin that they've been tracking you with by following it.
Oh, it is a very good boy.
not a
Yeah,
horse,
it is a
though.
good boy. It led them right to you.
You know, he's been good to you, Terry, but you know he's been better to the people you're tracking. We're gonna be acting that one.
I,
We got a
am like,
hole on the inside.
I am yelling
You're
this
instant boy,
at Terry through the stone. I'm like, get rid of the bird.
But he likes the fresh air.
You realize this
Hey,
is
Bruce.
how they are following us.
Ah.
Make it
Okay.
right, alright.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I would say it takes you a good hour and a half for all of you, slowly but surely. Julie, write off 10 gold pieces. And Woram also 12. And of
Am I
course.
paying for the cab ride?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Remember, you have the 12. You have the
He's so fucking angry. He
12,000.
just throws the money. He's like, "Fuck, it's not."
So, everybody decided to head north, right? Okay. Finally.
Question.
Huh?
A quick question, since I'm dressed as a hobo and playing my violin.
Huh?
Does my shadow clone pop up again?
It does.
Jutsu.
Alright, while
So,
I'm playing, can I, like, command it to do anything with my mind?
Yeah, he's experimenting while he's waiting for us all to
Uh,
get there.
what specifically?
I'll start with simple things like dance and see if it dances.
It does, but
And little shadow man.
but the surrounding people have not noticed the shadow. A shadow is not in their vision. So
I'll command it to go 60 feet away from me.
it vanishes at 30.
Okay. And I'll command it to try and pick up a rock.
It takes the motion, but the rock is still on the ground.
Okay.
So here's the interesting part about the north. The north side of Bluestone is basically endless fields. And now since it's fall, the fields are empty and barren with no crops, only seeds in the soil. Finally, change of scenery. So, it is maybe mid-noon. It is windy. It is still cold from the rain. But of course, you're all well dressed and prepared as you're outside Bluestone. And yeah. Hell yeah. Finally, different music. Different music. So, question. No, different music. Cause you've been in Bluestone for so long, but eventually, one by one, you all make it north from Bluestone into the endless plains, looking in all directions besides the city. Where would you like to head as you all meet up or do?
Where are we in relation to anywhere else?
Where you are in relation to
What is the next nearest city?
the next nearest city? Well, most cities, but they're less cities, more like towns and villages, are spread across the coastline and continues north, or just basically spread out in all directions. But the Bluestone is the massive and the biggest one. The closest city of this size is the city of Vitter. So, with just passive perception, you know that Witter, or Barony of Witter, is a city of undead. It's not like city comprised of all undead, like 1/5 of a population, as its leader is a baron who's a lich, and the head of the entire barony.
I suggest we skip the city.
Is that just like a thing that happens? You just lich barons? Is that normal? 'Cause
No,
that is an oddity.
it's one of a kind, and despite what you think of it, that city is like the best city in the whole empire when it comes to quality of life for its individuals.
Quality of life.
Yeah.
You get it? Because it's undead. I hurt myself.
Why?
um.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I've ruined that train of thought.
No,
Right, but
there's like
you see him like tighten clench his fist at this point. He's visibly disturbed at the idea of going to a city like this. I don't. I would not recommend.
so. I mean, that's the closest city, and that city is about a month and a half of travel on foot. So yeah. As
If you know
Are there
how-
any stops in between?
there's plentiful, but like when you're talking about cities, well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
a
I think we
major
need to
city,
discuss
yeah.
what is the current plan right now.
Well,
Apparently, it like points at Terry. Our resident myth man has said we are gonna save the world. How did that conversation go, by the way?
oh yeah, it went really well. Yeah.
You know, usually when prophecies happen, you're supposed to like get them from someone else, not make them make them up your own.
No. Okay. Oh, okay. So I never said it was a prophecy for us to save the world. I said if we don't, we'll die. It's our mission to, not die.
Right.
Which
Okay.
my mission, particularly, my mission sent from my god was to make sure you reached your full potential. So I'm along for the ride.
I love the fact that he still doesn't know what his god name is. He just refers as the god.
How did the
Just-
conversation go? I'm still here, traitor.
Traitor. Oh, I'm sorry. I just kind of felt like half of this group was pulling the other half down to a kind of a jail cell kind of feeling.
Yeah, Vorum. Circular blasting. Yeah. Were you able to?
You're gonna get it? It's like he stares, like such anger in his eyes. Like I don't even know what the fuck that is.
I'm just over there face palming so much right now. Focus, people. Focus.
Oh no, you're absolutely right. If you had stayed around, we'd probably be in jail. You are terrible.
I'm the terrible liar. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Did we ever get to return those plans? Oh no, we gave it to detective, right?
Yeah, you did.
So back on track.
We need to figure
Where
out
are we
how
going
we-
and why?
I'm having a hard time
Okay,
lying right now.
but in all reality, everybody roll me a history check to basically surmise where you could head next, and the vicinity, the surrounding vicinities of it. Because technically, looking at like the vicinity is just like plains with occasion like mountainous greenery.
Rule 18.
Give me a second.
Casual 20.
Yeah,
Casual 21.
and yeah, from everybody's perspective.
Everyone's like seriously like we can't go back there.
That's a 21. Just want to clarify. That's a.
Okay.
They're quite historians when it comes to geological information.
This is probably gonna be the...
Oh god, 21, 16, Terry.
Lowest we got was 17, and we got two 21s.
Nah.
Everyone's just like, we are not going back there. What's the other options?
Yeah.
Must have picked
So,
up like a pamphlet or something during this whole thing.
oh my god. Well, here's the thing. Like, there's no advertising, but it's like, okay. So, going north, like, northeast, you will eventually, after a month and a half, come across the territory of the Bitter Barony, which is basically the hold held by a necromantic baron, who is also a lich.
Idea.
Going north and a bit like northeast, after 2 months of travel, you eventually will reach the start of the Iron Mountains, which belong to the Kingdom of Nod, the Kingdom of Dwarves that hustled inside the mountain peninsula. There's only one way passage up the mountain, and it has numerous of dwarven and elven and gnomish settlements all across the mountainscape, not to mention the underground cities and towns that potentially also lead deeper into the underdark if you so will to go. Of course, Vorum, you know, just by yourself that if you want to go back to your old last living place, it's about maybe 2 months, 2.5 months going west, even across the shore, like by the shore. You will eventually reach Noak, the port city. That is like the most port, like the most trade heavy city in the south. As for beyond that,
My
there's countless like villages of like few dozen people to towns of like few hundreds, but like plenty of names, plenty of places to go. It's basically up to deciding which direction. It's like the same. It's like the first session. Like no, actually like session 2, but now it's the civilized empire territory. Let's go.
But now we have
Go.
guards and people to worry about.
We have people. We don't know how far the wanted posters have spread.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But either way, we're
Yeah.
still going to have to wake our way back to where we started.
Oh, okay, okay. So if we know we're going to have to face a world-ending calamity, and we're gonna basically guarantee our death if we're not prepared with some incredible tactic of some kind. I have two propositions, both are suicidal. Option one, uh, we try to usurp the rebellion that went under a purge. And that's a terrible idea, but we could try it. Or
That would be of a very big advantage to yourself, wouldn't it?
well, if no one had influence, they would be impossible. I just make it possible. That's
Okay.
At option two, we purposely seek out danger in the hopes that we can find more enemies worth promoting godly powers. I mean, like, basically become god or raise an empire. You pick.
Just like silence, looks around to everyone else. Any second opinions?
God, I'm just shaking my head. Just
Well, I'm going to be frank. I'd imagine that Owl's rather annoyed with us at this point.
Yeah, it's not like we can do anything about that at that point. We didn't choose to I didn't choose to be teleported here.
if the Owl God has a problem, he can certainly teleport us back over to his domain so we can speak.
So yeah.
Mm.
What's
Go for a
the
time frame on that?
what's the direction?
Trying to figure it out.
Oh, okay, guys. Playing gods or taking over empires? Like, so far, no better options have been proposed, which is a great feeling.
Oh, you know, both very modest decisions.
I know.
I'm
People
not
think
trying to
we
take over
Well,
someone's
Well, so
empire.
far the gods have caused us less pain than the average city god has.
You're not wrong about that. So far.
I think we
I have a
want to
feeling
keep a
this-
low profile while we're moving whichever way we're going.
Let's, if we're gonna have to, if our local prophet of doom, again points at Terry, is convinced we need to go
Literally.
north again, then we might as well start heading that way. But I suggest perhaps taking some quieter, more back road routes on the way
And
there.
we assert,
I would rather stick to the countryside and the
Just
wilderness
okay.
than risk getting arrested in every town we stop at.
I guess I need to tell you this. On foot, getting to the other side of the continent to sail to get there, it's gonna take like 4 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. On foot to the other side of the continent, 4 months.
so
All right. While everyone's arguing about directions, I'm just going to pull out one of my silver daggers, throw it in the air. Okay, we're going northwest.
I think maybe we should think about picking up some horses maybe in the next town.
Sounds
What's
I mean-
north? Do any of us have a map?
Nobody thought
Don't
of
you?
that.
Hey,
Anyone here actually have a
Buy
map of this fucking
Okay,
region?
Gary clenches his head for a second. Why didn't we buy a map? Why didn't we?
We bought a local map, but we didn't buy a national map. Okay, let's just hope there's like a town or a city in the northwest.
Okay, so
Alright,
here's the interesting thing.
Had it passed?
Okay, so here's the thing. When it comes to stables and getting horses, you basically just not like by the road just selling, but like in the distance you see ranches that have rams, horses, creatures of burden. It's up to you if you wanna like try to see, because you see plenty of horses that could technically fit. See, should I get? I gotta. You could prepare.
Oh boy. Oh. We don't have any druids in the party, do we?
No
Nope.
druids.
Does anyone fancy themselves a horse tamer?
Well,
Oh, they're in
I
the
mean-
ranch territory. They're not exact.
They're ranch. They're owned horses. We have to talk to the people.
Alright. But do we though? I'm just saying, Rody wanted.
Oh, I see.
I mean, how much does a horse usually cost? I feel like that's general knowledge.
General knowledge. You assume like a healthy horse that's like good, about 200 gold pieces. Unless it's like a super. No, 200.
Oh, 200. I thought you said.
No,
theoretically, one of us could take a griffin up into the air. I mean, no, he's not your favorite, but I still appreciate him. And spot out the closest village that seems like it might have horses for sale, and we head that way.
I mean, I think
I
that's the
can-
best idea for now.
I mean, I could try to whisper to some horses.
Good luck with that, horse whisperer. I'm gonna go.
It's like, hey, horsies, how you doing?
Well, I'm pretty sure I'm the best one with the animal handling right now.
Or you could modify the memory to make them think you brought them up.
You're actually just gonna attempt. You're gonna attempt to steal
Traumatized
horses. You
I'm
All right, let's just head to the nearest place and we'll
I'm
decide.
happy.
Yeah, we'll decide if we're gonna try to steal them or buy them when we get there.
Alright,
Let's just go.
I mean-
We're good.
I mean, in the outskirts of Bluestone to the north, you like in the general vicinity, you see ranches. You can just try to see if those horses are for sale. It's like people are working those horses. It's not like they're just like left alone.
So I'm just gonna get
Well,
if there's anything from a bird's eye view of this situation where just we can
Mm.
looks like there's an obvious stable that would probably have horses to sell.
I mean, plenty of stables in the ranch area.
I mean, it's a
enough.
ranch.
So since passive covers it this time around, I'm just gonna land and give us decent direction to a close by one that
Yeah.
looks of decent size.
I mean,
Mhm.
yeah, it's not like it has like 10 horses. And I said no. We're talking about like a few dozen up to like 150 horses. They're all
That's
like
more than I thought.
yeah.
Hopefully they
Like
have a horse.
like imagine like you saw how many carriages there are in the city. Do you think they're just like where do you think the horses come from? Like come on, dude.
Grow out of the
You know
ground.
Yeah.
My guy
They're
has a
all
very
dwarven
druids
myth.
in the sky.
Dwarves just
My guy
don't
has
use
a
horses
very
ever.
particular set of skills. One of them is not economics of travel and trade.
Okay, so we're going to go, if we're going to go and get horses to ride, and we're
Let's
also
ask
gonna
how much
need-
they cost. And
We're
then
gonna
either
need
we
this-
like the answer and pay for it, or we don't like the answer and we skip.
Let's
So
not forget we're also going to need feed and
Let's not
saddles and
incur
all.
I mean, when we're committing one crime, you might as well commit several others at the same.
Hey, okay, you guys weren't here for this, but theoretically, most of our charges could actually be illegal and dropped. Theoretically speaking, here, they don't have jurisdiction over this empire. I don't know if all of you are from here exactly, but I would not commit no
Oh.
crimes until we're sure.
Okay, well, either way, we're going over there.
So
Let's go ask.
go
see
to
if
the
they have
ranch.
yours.
Yeah, we're going.
Yeah.
We're going to the ranch.
All right, then, I'm going to scan my griffin. I've been walking on with the armor on.
Uh-huh.
I'm riding the griffin like a horse.
Yeah. Like, you do realize
If I
you,
have the
so
choice
we're-
not to walk into
you do realize you can
walk in
change.
heavy armor,
Okay,
I'm not gonna-
just quick note there. You do realize you can just resummon it into another shape, right? Right?
Yes, but the griffin looks the coolest.
So, plenty of horses, and you can see in the stables there's quite a few broken down and under repair stagecoaches, carriages like you saw in the city, as people are attending to them, and there's like a general stable, so you see at least like 30 horses in the stables, and just like farm hands tending to them, basically making sure everything is neat and order. And one of them spots you, who looks like a boy, maybe his early, like late teens, early 20s, and he kind of whistles to an older human who's like in his 40s, 50s, and he immediately just kind of wipes his face. He just kind of approaches you. I see that you just stumbled upon, and I don't see that you're here for work. You're here for horses? Or just lost?
Well, but if you have an international map, we would mind purchasing that off too.
We don't sell. He just kind of points at the horse. We sell these.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, how much for what we need? You're gonna ride that thing right there. Just points to the bird. Okay, 3 horses. How much?
Would it be more prudent to get a carriage so we can take cargo with us, or is the individual horse?
I don't imagine they'd
Looking
have
over
a
the
carriage for them.
Not a carriage, but a wagon or something.
I think for
along those
now we don't need anything like a carriage. We
I
we can
alright.
carry most of our stuff.
we don't know what type of terrain we're gonna be going
Hmm.
through.
Exactly.
Well,
If I,
okay. So he just kind of looks at one of the wagons that is like flipped over, and there's like wheels, like 2 wheels have been broken, shattered, and they're getting replaced at this moment. This carriage is gonna be available like 3 hours, and I'm willing to part with like 300 gold pieces. As for the horses, 250 gold. Oh yeah, you want like a fast one or more with more stamina?
I think stamina is going to be the name of the game.
I would suggest getting
If
the
we were to
carriage
buy a
because-
mule, would it be cheaper? I'm willing to buy a mule for the dwarf.
I said no. I'm not taking this. Not this time. No. I envy in your option to be stingy.
I would like to partake here that we can't sleep while riding horses. Everyone but one person can sleep while riding a carriage or wagon. It's a lot more ground covered.
Well, this kind of carriage would require 2 horses. One would be quite a burden.
Understandable.
So you.
Horses. If we're buying 2 of them, he looks over at Julie. Do you want to negotiate or?
I still say 3 in case we're gonna
Yes,
have
if
to
we're going to
break
buy
away.
2 of your horses plus a carriage, preferably horses that have good stamina, since they're going to have to haul this fat ass over here. How much would you be willing to part with?
30 stamina, horses 250. 50. It just starts counting and stuff. I'm willing to part for everything. 650.
650. Okay, that is actually a fair deal. 650, 150 for the.
Yeah, 650.
You know what?
650 for 2 horses, good at stamina. Can do 10 hours of just straight to work without any problems
That sounds pretty fair, to be honest.
and
Well,
a
because
carriage.
Tim does make a good point that we want to be prepared for everything. I do have a question here. How long can those horses go on without pulling a carriage?
Uh, honestly, I think last we test out, like, it depends on the horse, but usually they can go about like 16 hours, 18 hours.
Oh,
But
theoretically, we could swap out the horses midway, therefore have enough horses for everyone, and get more ground time on there on the daily.
swap horses.
Jeez.
Have them follow along.
Swap them out like batteries. Oh, this one's dying. Swap it out.
May not have been anything good at economics, but I was hardly good at anything else but wagon riding while on the farm. A lot of cabbage.
I think.
No. You're literally saying, hey, let's buy more. So once those get tired, we just replace.
Like you swap them out, and then eventually we'll have to stop because like horses can't walk forever. So, but it gives us more ground time. It's kind of
My
swap it out
word,
and
Perry, you sure are generous with my money.
No. What you're basically saying, you're literally saying, hey, we can ride these horses for 6 hours, and then we're just gonna switch horses for another 6 hours. Like Terry, Terry.
No, we're not gonna buy multiple horses just for that.
No, Terry, you don't realize.
I admire your efficiency.
Oh, Terry, I need to tell you this. Like, when a horse is tired,
Dwarven
it's
mindset.
I mean, because if you switch out,
okay.
if you try to switch out the two horses, the other ones are still going to be tired, and you're still going to have to slow down for those horses.
You don't split the full you don't split the full ride. You go for like the 5.
Terry,
And then
Terry, you're literally saying, hey, let's ride these horses for 6 hours and replace those horses with fresh ones, and you assume that these horses who just got tired are gonna go the same speed as the ones.
No, you cut back the time a bit. You cut back the time to account for the fact that they're walking.
I see what he's saying. I get it, but I admire like the dwarven level of efficiency there. Like, yeah, these miners are getting tired. Just phase them out. Put them in a different part of the mine with easier rock. But I don't think we need to be that efficient.
No, like I walk over to Vorum and kind of like do kind of like a whisper huddle here. Don't forget, every minute you spend here not killing the dragon, you're slowly going insane. Get as much done as possible.
You don't need to tell me that.
Yeah, no, okay. I'm trying to whisper.
I'm very aware. He kind of looks at you and Julie.
We would rather get moving as fast as humanly possible.
Okay, while they're having that conversation, I'll turn back to the farmer.
Yeah, this is
650,
Julie's money.
the 2 horses, the carriage, and enough feed to get us to the next city.
Oh boy, next city, so that's at least 2 weeks worth. Okay, fine. He gives a whistle, and you see two farmmen just kind of pay attention, and he points and says, "Prepare them. They're gonna be in carriage duty, and 2 weeks of feed each as the horses are getting prepared." And he just kind of looks at the carriages like, yeah, and you on the double. We got a client who's want to take this. So, and I guess once the carriage is done, technically you're all off. Good and ready. As Julie, I write off 600, 500.
Questionable animal morality, but you know.
650, yeah.
I'll give him the 650 and toss him an extra 10. If you can get this done a little bit faster, it'd be appreciated.
Yeah, he just takes the goals, looks at the carriage, like, you heard the lady, double your efforts. As
oh boy.
Yeah, as basically now the carriage is getting worked by like 6 individuals. There was like 2 people who were like lazily changing stuff and just maintaining. Now it's like a whole fucking pit stop. But yeah, it takes a whole hour as the 2 horses getting prepared, and one of them is a nice grayish stallion that is called 40, and another one is light brown, short hair stallion, and he's called Steve.
Steve, let's
I
go.
like Steve.
Hey there, Steve.
Oh,
How
also
you
a
doing,
question.
Steve?
Who here can actually drive a carriage?
I mean, I've traveled quite a bit, but I don't know about my, but
Aren't-
don't know about my
Aren't
animal
you the
handling.
slum boy? Aren't you the one that
Yeah.
said you've been
Yeah.
driving carriages all your life?
Wow, that's quite the accusation. I'll have you know, motherfucker, that no.
No.
No,
Terry said.
Terry's the farm man. He's the
Oh,
farm
yeah,
don't say it to
yeah.
me. I'm just so used to Julie insulting me.
Yeah, I love the Lauren's reaction. I'm like,
man.
you...
Yeah, I'm just like looking the other direction. I hear Julie's voice behind me. Aren't you the slum boy? I'm like, the fuck?
I mean, you are the one to do all the writing, getting as
yeah.
far. So.
Yeah, I just okay, but I get the naps during you guys have to watch. I'm sleeping throughout the entire rest period.
I mean,
All
fair
right,
enough.
I think I can handle a horse while you sleep.
Oh, we
Don't
won't be
worry,
writing
Julie.
24/7.
Everyone here, you could handle those.
Not anymore, at least.
Oh,
Horses, maybe. Who knows?
oh God. So,
And while we're waiting for this, I'll sit down and just keep playing with my violin, keep everyone entertained.
okay.
Appreciate it.
So, oh boy, you know what? I kind of feel like this is a good sound. This is fine and all, but I feel like I need to give give me a second. Let's go for this one. Hell yeah, this is peak comfy. So, as an hour passes,
No,
what?
I don't like this.
No, you're gonna like this. So, as an hour passes and noon goes into like the early steps into evening, the carriage is finished in almost over an hour. The food is prepared for the horses, and the horses are saddled in to the carriage, and the carriage is open, like there's no like roof over it, but easily installed by the bases, like by the corners that they're set up. And yeah, you basically have a whole carriage to yourself, as it's it's sturdy, it's wooden, and it's ready to go. So, is there anything else you like to do before heading out northwest away from Bluestone?
I would like to prep some level 4 spells, but that's about it.
Oh,
But I'm gonna take a moment to like take on the scenery of like all the stables, animals, and this generally farm area.
I mean, the
Ease
life
me back
is
a bit.
quiet here. It's nice, despite being quite close, maybe quarter mile away from the.
I'll ask Julie. Do you actually like your home? Like your
Well,
home city? He's
I
like
don't
genuinely
even know if
asking.
and I will genuinely answer. I honestly don't feel that connection anymore. Now that my wife isn't there, and now that I'm a wanted criminal in my own home, it doesn't feel like home anymore.
Where did you meet your wife?
We actually met her, believe it or not, in one sec, let me remember the name of it again. We actually met in Alicor. It was one of the Majocracy's floating cities. I was performing there.
Hmm.
Very lovely city. It was. I actually have fond memories there. I get a kind of wicked smile on my face.
Cats enjoy burning a church down.
None of the rest of us know that, do they?
No.
I know that. I mean,
I mean,
way
yeah.
before.
like as in the concept of Alicor, yeah, all of you kind of know it as the capital of the Platinum Seas. But yeah. So, finally, after so long, after so many sessions in a city with not much to do, you leave it as you proceed towards northwest. I would like one of you to roll me a d10.
Oh,
It begins.
nostalgia. Yeah.
Towards towards the
Since I'm the one
end.
that said this, I will go and make the first roll.
Yeah, I feel like this is a Julie moment here.
We got a 2.
No.
Oh.
So, with the first steps of the journey, the wind is in your favor. The skies are clear, and the final warmth of the fall is following you as you leave uh, the vision of the coast and of the city known as Bluestone. As you head towards, towards the center of the empire, deeper within it. Not much besides just plains, farmland, people walking. There's like a small traffic of people. Like every few minutes you see like a group or a merchant's caravan that go either alongside you and passes you or just goes opposite into the city. And
There's one
besides,
thing I would like to do.
Mhm.
Can I just cast hand stability on? Well, I'll cast it on level third level, so it hits both them. And just give them double carrying capacity. Advantage on strength.
On who? The
If you're not
horses?
gonna let me take 4 horses, I'm at least gonna push these guys to.
Okay. I mean, they're going fast. They're not like speeding, zooming
No,
fast.
this is just to help with the. If they have double carrying capacity, it's half as much effort to pull on. So hopefully that gives us some more
Yeah.
miles.
But yeah. So, besides that, not much has happens because it's pretty good, and the roads themselves are not like, they're developed roads. Well, as developed roads can be. Every once in a while, you just come across a small little settlement, a village of like a few buildings, and there's like locals living there, but there's nothing of interest besides basically my small little inn to reside. There's nothing else, and besides, it's quite still early. It's going into evening, but it's not even dark yet. So, another D10, if you will, from someone.
For him. You like to? We should cycle through some people here. And of course, Vorm pulls out the 10.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Been swishing around stuff.
So, Borum, roll me a 3D100s.
Ooh.
Oh, I would like to also specify, the last time I went on a wagon trip, I ended up losing the wagon and dying, but
3 separate
Yeah.
D100s? Or...
Yeah, so 3D100 just.
Mm.
oh my goodness, how did you get a 1?
Oh my god. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I need to consort the list. I need to consort the list.
That's never a good sign.
Someone, oh my god,
Oh, you
someone
wouldn't-
rolled
you
a
wouldn't do this,
one.
Mark, right? You wouldn't do this, the good old thing.
So, time goes as it does. And you basically are, maybe it's like 6, 7. It slowly looms into darkness as you stumble upon just like a group of people, like a massive group, like a 20 people just going in the same direction as you are up the road. As you pass them, you look upon the faces, and one of them you immediately recognize as Dovkin.
Darkin?
Yeah.
Where did we leave him?
He
he went
left.
off.
Yeah, he left off on his own, and you spotted him as he is making some, and you see him just kind of overlooking casually, and his eyes immediately spark up as like with confusion and a bit of like, happiness, as he sees you drive by, and he kind of like doubles his pace, like, hey, hey, where are you heading?
Slow down so we can kind of keep pace.
Yeah, he stops by and catches by. Are you heading the same direction? I didn't thought you would. Well, I actually didn't know where you would, but still, like, where are you going?
Northwest. How about you?
Well, I'm heading, as he kind of looks around the crowd, as they kind of just pass on their own, not even caring for Dovkin. I really not want to say it in front of people.
Okay.
I mean, if you're going the same direction, mind if I jump on?
Look at everybody else, like, you know? Like he was
I
with,
mean, you traveled with us once. You're welcome to travel with us again.
yeah, he was with us from the beginning. He is a part of this.
Fate decides, I guess.
I'll take up the offer then, as he kind of gets on slowly. Say,
Yeah, I'll help him. I'll help him up.
Like as I do stop it so we can get up closely. I just
Yeah.
want to just
So,
at the horses.
but besides that, there's plenty of individuals, but some of like most of them look like just traveling nomads. You a few oddities, like there's a group of Arakokra that have these matching yellow turbans that travel together. But besides that, nothing out of the ordinary. Besides, of course, Doc and just being there. And he's not like was affiliated with the group. He's just kind of walking together as it's getting darker.
Yeah, I want to lowly ask Dovkin what happened to you. I thought you were rejoining your company.
I mean, I was. And then the company just does not exist anymore, which is curious. So I was just making my way back home. Or I guess the closest resemblance of home.
Yeah.
And where do you live?
Wait,
I live in this tiny, well, last time it was still considered a tiny town of Red Liver. it's a tanning city for deer and foxes of the local fauna, but he just kind of like, it's kind of embarrassing, really. I haven't been there in like 4 decades. Most of the city probably forgot I even exist. So, but since I have nowhere else to go, might as well travel there. It's not like exactly I have much of a choice.
You're more than welcome to travel with us, Dawkins. Do we know we're gonna pass that city that he wants to go to or close to?
Well, here's the thing. Roll me a history check to just see, because like it's
Roll
not,
for me, history.
it's not like a massive city. When he like, you know, it might be in somebody's psyche if they know by name. So roll me a history check if somebody really cares to know if they actually know the location or just general information.
Try. 16.
See if Warham has its higher 17. Well, okay, Julie's gonna be like, yeah, I know everything, let's go.
Yeah. Oh well.
Okay, so Julie.
Joy.
So there is, of course, a high demand in. But like, let's go with you both, Warren, again for specifically. You know that a supply for fur is needed everywhere in the world, and you know there are just sometimes major towns or cities that are just born with that trade. And Red River is basically the biggest town with the populace about 500 people, maybe 600 at this point, that are basically just tanner profession, like a tannery guild, if you will, that just dominates the South and supplies the South biggest settlements and cities with hides from very simple to very pristine. Julie, you know that Red Liver has the supply from like the most basic to very pristine furs that can go up to like up to a few thousand gold pieces per pelt. It's less of a city, like it's a tiny city or a town, but it's also like a guild base. It's like a city that is run by a guild, not actually like a mayor or a baron or something, but actually by a guild. Oh well. Besides that, yeah.
Yes, I know my furs, so I can tell you that that place is a good place for furs and pelts. It's very lovely if you want to get a nice coat.
But is it on the way of where we're traveling? You know where we're going.
Yeah, it's approximately the same location, maybe a bit north, like northwestish, that type of direction. But at the moment, like you're kind of heading straight on to that location, and it's like 2 weeks, maybe less on horseback or on carriage.
Leaving west with enhanced horseback. Let's go.
Yeah. So as you're
But
making
he's gonna
slow,
run these horses into the ground.
so
I'm not. I'm failing my job.
So, with that being said and done, it's been over 3 hours, and I think it's a good place to end the session. Is it not? Is it not? Yeah.
I think so.
So, with that being said and done, everybody has exactly 20 seconds to say whatever the fuck they want to say before I'm shutting the stream down with no survivors, and go.
I lived.
Party now has 3 beasts of burden.
Oh god, we got another long trek on us. It's like the beginning all over again.
Alright, I have a plan. These horses will make us go far.
He's gonna kill these horses.